to the crown. I hope you're excited. I know we are. So let's hop on over to our first player. Taking a look here, Jarl and Tini. And you talked about Tini, and Tini actually competed in week 2.
Yeah.
It did phenomenally.
No, he's a super, super impressive player. You know, again, don't sleep on him today. We're hopping right on board off the break. So, you know, things we saw yesterday, popular landings. It was way more popular to go for some of the lesser-known spots on the map or lesser-landed spots on the map in your normal games. For example, I can tell you right now,
someone coming to the house.
Tinny's playing in a normal duos game. He's not landing up here on this mountain.
Right.
He's landing retail or salty or shifty, maybe tilted. Not landing at this one house. There's actually a team here with him already, and this could either be an early elim or an early, you know, knock and potential death here for Tinny.
I like the setup, though, finding himself the dual pistols and a boogie bomb. If he could land that boogie bomb, I mean, you talked about this yesterday. It's like 5 seconds of just kind of dance and free damage.
What's huge, too, is he actually gets wood off of the ground instantly, which 20 wood, literally the difference in 2 walls. When you have no real trees and wood structures up here, the difference in being able to build 2 walls could be between winning and losing. I think they're calling for it. I think Tinny and Jarl are going all out, and there's that instant knock. These dual pistols in the hands of an enemy that are accurate are absolutely deadly.
Wow, and that was Fatu. Fatu also competed there in week 2. No, you got this. Tinny, just let... Oh, wow. Okay. So that is going to be it for Tinny and his team there from game 1. Hopping over to King Richard and Svenos.
Gotta loot the shack to the left. I didn't see that.
I actually like this duo quite a bit.
Oh, this duo they're very, very scary. King Richard, we've seen him perform so many times in these online competitions. I believe his solo win rate is something close to 45 or 50% in the solo playlist, which is just crazy. And then Svenos, if he's not pushing for a high elimination game, is he even playing? Because I'm pretty sure every time I tune in, I'm like, oh, he's got 14 limbs already. Good for him.
Yeah, for sure. Hopping over here, we've got City Driver and Hamry. And they're hanging on Tilted Towers.
Yeah, and I like they're rocking the scoreboard on the overlay. And you can hear they're in Tilted. It's that reverse psychology thing, right? Typically, most packed area. In this, though, people are trying to stay hidden. Tilted is not what you're normally used to. They've landed here. 0 limbs so far. Looting up every building that they can.
So why land? So obviously we have 10 games, right? Yep. So why land Tilted in your first game? Do you think that's a smart play?
I think it just sets the tone for the day. Tilted has become a much more appealing drop, especially for me, because of the new building that was added, because of those wooden pallets you see on your screen right there. Yes, they have eyes on some enemies inside the Tacos building. But if I'm harming a City Driver right now, I'm crossing to the mid building and breaking every single one of these pallets. They're already at 150 and 175 shield. It looks like they just want to go for this. And them nading this, I'm assuming that there's some sort of I was assuming there was some sort of fight already over there and that the player was weak, right? And that's why they went for it. They third-partied that engagement, meaning someone was either just eliminated or they were mid-fight and they were expecting players to be weak. There's the Chug Jug and Hunting Rifle as well. They're going to grab both of these items. And that's as free an limit you can get. And now look at his wood. Typically in Tilted, if you had 500 wood, you had to have farmed 3 or 4 buildings and really gotten everything.
Yeah.
Now, though, they farm budget Ls. They move right on over to the new building, get those pallets, and boom. He just got ridiculous loot out of those last 2
What is happening? He's getting super lucky right now. That's awesome.
Yeah, Harmy just got put in a really good position to succeed this game.
Oh, yeah. Let's actually hop on over to the Solary guys right now. Looks like they're landing here just outside of Shifty Shafts, and this is the guys with the cool setup I was talking about.
Yeah.
Swapping between them. So let's see how they're doing.
And Kinstar and MZQ. I'm just expecting them to do well. For me, if I had to compare these two to maybe a duo we saw in yesterday's tourney, it's gonna and again, I don't know exactly where they stack up in skill or to as much as I know how good Liquid, Chap and 72 Hours are, but I kind of see them being in a similar position to those two from yesterday.
Okay.
Kinstar and MZQ will see their success if they can get materials and get shields. From then on out, if they have those 2 items, I expect them to be able to take on anyone in the lobby, just like 72 Hours and Chap.
So as a high-level player, if you're the story guys and you're just outside of Shifty, what's the rotation, right?
Right now, they're just slowly moving towards the zone. The key thing for them is they don't want to be third-party, meaning have another team begin to engage on them when they're already in a fight ahead of them. For example, if they're pushing into the zone and they're fighting someone on the edge of the storm, they do not want to have someone who's pushing out of the storm begin to shoot at them in the back, drop their shields, force them to have to pick between two different fights. That's the key thing for them. But here we go, an engagement now coming on in from Mikolo and Roby.
Oh, and they're just, look, they're on the edge of the map. The circle's not that far, honestly.
Yeah, no, they're more than fine. It's still 2.5 minutes. They literally can fight this for a full 2 minutes and still get to the zone in time.
Oh, wow, they're getting lasered from different directions right now.
That's his teammate on the top left, and a wonderful hunting rifle shot comes on in, and now it's a 2 versus 1. They've got to push their advantage. They want to get this elimination before third party gets involved. You see the pyramids trying to be built. This is all just panic building, trying to buy themselves any time to potentially pop some minis or some healing. Their goal right now for Mikolo and Roby is stop them from doing any of this. This player absolutely solid with the builds, but they haven't been able to heal. They have not popped a mini, they have not popped a bandage, and I fear that the end is near.
Oh, they just dropped a stink bomb on him.
There he goes.
Oh, well, there you go. They find themselves the elimination, so that's 2 points. 2 eliminations, only 3 more necessary, and they're going to hit the board with 2 points.
And look, I mean, there's still, I mentioned the 2.5 minutes almost there on the clock. If he wanted to right now, he could stop. Mikolo can stop. They can fully medkit right now. They can pop these minis, and they still will have time before the zone. From what I've been described, and don't quote me exactly on this, but if you see how the map is a big grid, I've heard from some people that to cross from one side of the grid to the other is around 45 seconds in time, in running time.
Okay.
So, again, that might be a little bit off, but again, if you look at the zone and you see, hey, we're about a grid away, 45 seconds should be enough to reach it.
Okay. And this here is Rof, and again, we see this. Wait, did he just? Oh, it was
that player just had their shields dropped, so that clinger, if it hit, would have instantly knocked the player. I would have rather have seen them throw 2 right there and shoot out the ramp so it instantly explodes. That is 1 knock. The storm is now there, so they're going to have to go for these elims quickly. Remember, this storm just does 1 damage. Even when it closes, it will only do 1 damage. And they're not too far away. But unfortunately, you know, teammate now knocked. Oh, this is a rough spot to be in now.
Do you think the enemy just goes for the elim, or?
Oh, I think that player just died to the storm. I think that player either just got eliminated by a third party or something. Yeah, that player just got either died to the storm or was knocked out by another opponent. Unfortunately, I don't read the language that the engagement feed is in, so I'm not going to be able to tell you what happened. I could pretend that I know what those words say, but then I'd probably be fired.
What's interesting too is they kind of have to get to that body very quickly. I still take damage, right?
Yeah. So you take 2 seconds of tick damage already, like 2 damage, I believe every couple seconds or second when you're knocked, but then when you're in the storm, you're obviously taking that extra tick of damage. So that just drops you so much quicker, and just like that, immediately lost the storm is Kexville. They'll have to wait for match 2 to start on up later on to get back into the action.
He's got to hope that Rof can find himself a few more eliminations. I mean, if they can pick up 4 more, they're going to find themselves on the scoreboard, so we'll have to see how that goes.
But the awkward thing is no healing left in that player. Now switching on over to Reflection and Hex.
Dude, we saw Reflection show up super hard in Week 2. Reflection is a phenomenal player. I'm really excited to see him in his play.
Right now, they're just trying to buy some time. You saw the strategy right there. Break your opponent's build and then try to place your own build down so you can begin to edit it and use it to peak whenever you feel it's the right time for yourself. I do like that Hex and Reflection are sticking together in their movement. They see this little 1x1 brick box being built, so they're expecting this player's just around here somewhere. He's now got eyes on. The shot's coming on in. The wall broken. Again, spraying down different walls, and there's that third party we're talking about. Another team now shooting at them. That makes this whole engagement so much more different. They've got to keep track of where not only this enemy is that's close, but also the enemies pushing from the mountain nearby.
And so when you are getting third party, what can you kind of do to maybe mitigate that a little bit, or just buy yourself enough time, right? Well,
that is, they literally just got eliminated because that other player got involved. That is exactly what, see that, you saw them right there.
Right.
Scoped assault rifle, free damage, beautifully done. 4 limbs already on this player.
Oh my gosh. So this is back to Mikolo and Roby. So this is Roby here with 4 elim. So if Mikolo has even 1 elim,
so
they already have 2
points.
This is
that built up a structure. Exactly. I was about to say, that is not a strong, healthy structure. They're going to drop the... Beautifully done. Absolutely beautifully done. You were looking at the bottom. It gets to a point where, again, you look at how high the build is going, and you just have to think and say, there's not a lot supporting that. They're getting way too ahead of themselves, building up that high. Let's punish them for it right now. I almost would rather see that player just pop that mini. It takes 2 quick seconds.
Just 2 seconds, right?
But it looks like they almost kind of panic and just begin to leave it behind because the storm is pushing. Remember, this week it was updated. The second zone used to close in 90 seconds. Now it takes a full 2 minutes. So you have an extra 30 seconds to move on in. You can basically outrun it from anywhere, and you're seeing that right now.
And something to keep in mind as well was that last elimination, that player fell to their death. They didn't actually, it didn't count toward their team. They didn't put any damage on them, so when they fell, they just were eliminated.
Unfortunate to say the least.
Oh, Grey Fox finds Ralph. Man.
And that was from earlier, right?
Yep.
We watched that team push out of the storm. Kexville obviously did perish to the storm. They had no healing left. When you've got 40 HP in a lobby like this, I'm going to tell you right now, you're not going to really get much going for you.
Hopping over to City Driver and Hammer, we saw them. They eliminated a few, I believe it was 2 squads before. So I think they're very close to that 5 elim threat. That was a rocket to the face.
And that rocket is only possible because the rocket has the high ground. He basically saw the back of that build and let it basically play a net and catch the rocket for him. When you're facing rockets, the number 1 way you don't get eliminated by it is to make sure they don't have the ability to shoot down on you. That's when it becomes almost impossible to defend yourself.
38 players still remaining, so it looks like the circle's going to end just around Dusty Divot. What do you do in these types of situations, especially as like a high-level player? What is the thought process, right? Everyone's running from the storm. There's probably still players inside the storm. They're going to find their way in. What can you do to try and set yourself up for the late game?
Oh man, this actually should be a little bit of a more awkward end, because if this was back in maybe Season 4 when Dusty Divot didn't have all this cover, I would be like, well, you want to make sure you're not in the divot because then everyone can just shoot down on you. But now, you can't even see. Look at that. I mean, you are just completely covered if you're in the divot from the outside world. So at this point, I'm like, hey, maybe we play in the divot and we just kind of use this natural cover to protect us and let everyone fight around us where there's not many trees. Because on the edge of divot, there's not many trees anywhere. Beautiful shot on the Cody, though, from 100, or from 94 meters, sorry. They're going to look to push this engagement now as they've got the advantage.
That's huge. And you talked about this. Maybe that player just didn't see them. You know, these trees provide cover, but they also block line of sight. So you never know where anyone is. But there they go.
And there's the elim. And also, if you saw the player, Harmy, he got the snipe on the player behind that tree. But because in these lobbies, so many players only break the trees down to 50 HP. You saw him just kind of quickly spray that cover down, and they expose that player that was knocked, which basically forces the hand of the opponent to say, hey, if you want to be able to get me up, I no longer have cover I'm hiding behind. They can finish the elimination on me. You got to rush here right now. You saw them then trying to sprint on over. They then catch them on the cross, and it's an easy cleanup.
Absolutely. This is Sage, and they're hanging out in the bottom part of the map there toward Paradise. This is actually my favorite area, this new desert biome. It's just different.
Oh, I love it. I hope more biomes get introduced to the map, as the seasons go on. And if you're wondering, wow, there's still 35 people left in this final in these storms. Yes, that is standard for how these lobbies are. Again, because eliminations are now valued more, we're seeing more and more engagements. Here again, back on over to Harmy. Already 4 elims to his name this game so far.
But City Driver actually picked up the last elim there within Dusty, so their team has 2 points, and they're now on the board. This is Simbuk and Ukes. We actually saw Ukes compete last week in Week 2, and he made it super far up the leaderboard. They're also here fighting. Oh, that was Harmy! He finds Harmy! We'll have to see if he decides to secure the elim there, or if he just tries. I mean, he's only got 14 HP, right? And dude, he really doesn't have any ammo or any weapons.
But what I'm wondering, is this a third party getting involved? I think it is, yeah. That was a completely different name that just knocked out his teammate. And now Ukes is by themselves with 14 health. The key thing, though, look at the top left of your screen. Because of the third party now getting involved and Ukes being so weak, Ukes has to just make the conscious decision that I've got to forget about these guys for now. And there you go.
The Supremacy guys
knocked that out.
Them.
And Supremacy just got...
Oh, they find Harmy. There were grenades.
Exactly. They knew that there was another team inside those brick structures. Supremacy just threw, I believe, 5 or 6 grenades, knocked out 2 players, elimed another. Brilliant stuff there. That was 3 quick elims to that Supremacy duo.
Yeah, they now have, looks like 4 eliminations on the board. So, Courage, we kind of talked about this when we were talking about the score values, but... You know, a lot of players, some might consider going for just a victory out. It's worth the 4 points.
Yep.
And some might be worth, feel the need to go for the 5 eliminations. But once you do hit that 5 elimination threshold, you don't need any more, right? You just say, okay, I've got the guaranteed 2 points. How would that shift their game and shift their mindset as they go into those final circles?
The way I describe it is you just no longer need to be a hero. You don't need to be forcing the agenda. You can just go ahead and kind of pick your poison to wait for the final perfect moment. Here's a look now at Svenos and King Richard as they're just playing right on the edge. If you look at the minimap, they're just above these.
Yeah, they're above them.
Oh wow!
Niccolo and Roby are literally below them right now.
Yep. And this is now where every move you see, it's no longer going to be running out in the open. You're going to see players beginning to build little tunnels for themselves, pyramids on top, every bit of cover possible.
Left side, I think.
We'll save them. I will say, I think that there's more players left by about 5 or 6 in this lobby compared to most of what we saw from the North American lobbies.
Yeah, it was right around 24 was kind of the average.
Yep.
I hear him.
And they can hear these players close up.
So when do you decide to move, right? You've got 11 seconds before the circle comes in. When do you think is an optimal time for any team in this type of situation to start moving towards the circle?
I mean, it's a double-edged sword because it's either you move with everyone else and then it's just so hectic, or you begin to move a little bit early and you're kind of the first ones that everyone's seeing move and they try to get the free shots on you like you saw right there. It really depends on the structures around you and how confident you are in your ability to react quickly to being shot at. I think it was the right call from Svenos and King Richard to move a little bit early on, but as I say that, we swap back. King Richard just got an elimination, but look at his health now, and he's going to have to move on in too. This could spell disaster for this duo right here.
The guys must be off the hill.
Yeah, they definitely, I mean, they've got minis, right? So Svenos has minis, so they can pass some of those over to King Richard.
I can't build.
And I think they're going to, okay, so they're going for the supply drop.
I got a chug jug.
He got a chug jug.
Oh, wow, and a half shield there. So either of them could top off. I mean, King Richard is going to have...
But the big thing is, though, the storm is there already. King Richard cannot stop and use this chug jug. They have to continue to move on in. So King Richard is still at just around 65 HP. Now you've got Svenos stuck in the storm, and that storm's hitting for 5. And you see the player close on up, spraying down all these builds. This is a worst-case scenario. King Richard trying to use the chug jug, hasn't been able to yet. Down to just 25 HP. Stink bombs coming in as well.
You good?
And you hear him say, "You good? You good?"
Keep building. Whatever you need to do.
I think if King Richard can get this chug jug off, it changes the whole game for this duo.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to be able to, though.
I think Svenos had to use the half pot there before just to keep himself alive, but so he doesn't have any effective health to play with. I mean, he's got a ton of minis, right? But that's not, if someone can burst him down very quickly, that's going to just eat into his health bar, and that'll be it.
Oh, for sure.
Just keep building, dude. You just got to keep building.
I'm assuming King Richard is probably taking the chug jug right now.
Yep.
Oh, dude, no, he's only using his health is going up, so I think he's using bandages.
I think he was off the start because he wasn't sure if he was going to be able to use the chug jug in time. So he wanted again. The difference in 20 hit points and 50 hit points is that one bullet of, let's say, a Scar or an AR can't instantly eliminate you.
Right.
So it's literally just buying yourself the last little bit of HP. I mean, how many times have we seen players one shot win a battle? 2 bandages could be the difference there. I like that. Until he knew he was safe and could take the full 15 seconds to chug jug, he was just earning himself every little HP he could, every little bit of HP he could. And now, boom, we swap back. He's dropped the bandages down to Svenos. King Richard is now maxed on health and shields, and they're close to the zone. This game just became a lot more winnable for Svenos and King Richard.
Yep, and the storm is now within. The next circle is actually within the storm, and that's something that was introduced in Season 5. Oh, I don't think he took fall damage. I don't think he was high enough.
Look, there's another player very, very close. King Richard now being shot in the back. You can see those panic walls being built, and Svenos just kind of has to go.
And we talked about this earlier a lot, Courage. Those finals are... Oh, no, he goes down.
Damn.
Oh, and someone finds...
Well, that was Roby.
Roby. Okay.
And I mean, this team has to have like 6 or 7 elims at this point. Because I think Roby had 4 very early in the game. But as I say that, I think the end is near. Grenades coming on in. This zone is hitting for 10. Thankfully, Mikolo is just outside.
Just outside. I think Roby's going to fall, though. I don't think there's anything Mikolo can do.
No way.
I think he just has to let him go, right?
Wait, well, actually, there are still 2 teams fighting, so they might kind of forget that he's here for a second. Oh, and as I say that, here comes the shots.
Find him immediately. Do you think he tries to just go for it?
Oh, no!
Oh, no!
There it is.
He's eliminated. So look, here's Teddy by himself. Still 14 players left here, Courage, at different elevations. Oh, they find power!
It is power. Power spells his name with a 3, so that's the power that I was talking about in the pre-show. Look at this. So right there, again, when there's so much going on and you're kind of a solo and other teams are fighting, edit out. Take the free shot, edit back in. It's like you're only showing yourself when you know you've got free damage. And now look at all this loot. Look at the materials.
Oh, wow, he's about to be capped.
Almost 3,000 materials in total. While Teddy is low on HP. Oh, this is going to hurt. That is going to hurt.
He's got to be careful.
40 damage taken from that storm when he didn't need to take any.
Oh, he took a huge hit as well. Oh, wow.
Yep.
Pate finds him there. Now we're down to 8 players. Oh, man, he also, Pate takes a ton of damage from the storm.
Oh, that might... Oh, I thought that was going to get a kill.
Dude, I think he was just outside. It was super, super close.
Bandages are meant to being popped right now. Will be bandages.
You know what I think is really scary as well in these types of situations is when you eliminate a player, you don't have the normal amount of time, right? Normally in-game, you eliminate someone, you can kind of walk over and take your time, loot what you need. But in this situation, the storm starts to move very, very quickly, so you don't have that time to stop and kind of find the loot that you want.
And from what we've been seeing, the reason why now playing the low ground has started to be beneficial to playing the high ground is when everyone's having to build and when people are low on materials, instead of it being able to just kind of cloud out the sky and knowing, hey, if they try to shoot us down, we can just cover that, you know, that one area that was kind of shot on down, or hey, we can just drop down to their structures and not take all the fall damage and die. Here, when you're having to move and you're on the high ground, you're basically building a sky bridge, and you do not have enough materials to make that 5, 6 wide. So it's an easy thing for 2 players to target focus down one area to be able to shoot down that structure and knock the players down to the high ground. See those players right there? Look, see how the bridge is too wide? If that was a little bit higher up and they got the instant knock and team shot that, those players would be knocked to fall damage and be dead.
Just wants to get in that zone, baby.
4 players in total.
Oh, wow. So they eliminate 2 players. There's only 4 players remaining. I think this is a 2v2.
Might just be. See, they're trying to break on out.
Yeah, don't
Shots still coming in from the roof. Rocket in hand of Herma. That tree is just blocking everything, and now here come the Splodes. They're dropping the players down to even playing field. One just above, gonna have to build that roof for cover. Herma, 1 player close, not sure exactly where his teammate stands in HP. The zone now beginning to move as well, so you're about to see some sort of acrobats have to come on in from Herma. Crouch under this, look at this. Dodging, ducking, dipping. There's the rocket, and now all 4 players are on even playing field, and there it is, BNQ. 5 elims, that's a Royale flush to start there in game number 1. Here it is from BNQ's perspective, 19 HP. That just saved them. The fact that that wall can be broken in 2 hits and that rocket just narrowly misses.
Wow, that was unbelievable.
Yeah, that's the start that you want to have. The Royale flush off the break. It's what we saw yesterday. And to put that into terms for people at home, the team that got a Royale flush in game 1 and got to 6 points and didn't score another point for the next 9 matches still placed top 12 in the money.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's check out some replays from this last game. I want to go back and check some of these out.
That's how we want to start today. And again, just breaking it down. You know, we saw Harmy and his teammate have a ton of elims. Some fights at the northernmost side of the map for Mikolo.
Yeah, this is Mikolo and Roby here, and they did really, really well. They were eliminated toward the end there, and I believe they actually hit the 5 elimination threshold.
I believe so too. I think that when you added up what they had together, just narrowly hit it. But what I do want to say was those ending zones. Seems like there was a little bit more players playing passively off the break, waiting to just try to survive and hope that in those moments things just kind of go their way. You saw for B&Q at the end, and I think it'll probably show up in this replay, but there's a wooden wall that B&Q melees down. With the new updates to the health of the walls and the melee damage that's done, you can 2-hit those walls. If that took one more swing with the zone moving, I think B&Q would have died in the storm.
Yeah.
And you saw it. B&Q was the player to get the last 2 limbs to secure the game victory.
And this was huge. They found Harmy.
So watch this. So 19 HP. See the storm? That wall getting 2-hit. Then that rocket not being focused on him. Everyone's focusing on his teammate.
Man.
And boom. Final limb is your 5th, and the Victory Royale wins you the game, so you get the Royale flush.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have to keep an eye out. We'll have to see how players adapt. Again, this is only the first game, so I have to see how players play things out. But again, we see Mikolo and Roby here landing kind of on the top side toward Risky Reels. We saw them land here in first game, and they managed to eliminate another team. And this is actually something we kind of talked about before the cast yesterday, and that's the new Risky Reels setup. So this is something that you touched on that I thought was a great observation, and there's a ton of metal here now.
A ton of metal. So I love this rotation. And another thing we talked about too, we saw teams land where they felt comfortable landing and moving on the map. This is now the 2nd game in a row where Mikolo and Roby drop at the northeasternmost part of the map and then begin to rotate down south. What I love about this rotation from here is Mikolo and Roby, if they clear this area out of Risky Reels, there are so many cars to farm for metal. You see trying to get the pop shop there with the Desert Eagle, not going to happen.
If he had landed a headshot, that's 75. That would have been a huge hit.
Oh, the headshot with this is like 150. The body shot is what's doing 75 with the hand cannon. That's what shreds on in. That's why here, unless someone's got the maximum health, yeah, there it is. And that's huge. You see the celebration because now they know, taking down the 2 AGO members, they can now sit here, farm up all this metal. If I'm them, and the storm will be revealed in 3 seconds. Let's take a look at where it is on the map. They're in the zone.
Wow,
they're in the zone. Not only are they in the zone, they're on the edge of the zone. So they can right now sit here and farm every single vehicle. And now late game, Zeke, when these build battles are happening, they have all the metal they want.
Yeah. Hopping over here, the Kingwin guys, they're hanging out just outside of Shifty Shafts. We've actually seen a lot of players deciding to land in and around Shifty Shafts. There's kind of like the main area for Shifty Shafts, and then there's like a few houses just around them as well as shacks and kind of beat down houses. How do you feel about this?
So I actually really love landing at the house outside Shifty because I'm not a big fan of fighting in the actual Shifty Shafts because of how many kind of little nooks and crannies there are. And it's a little bit of an awkward place to build because you're fighting in these tunnels so you can't get elevation. You're basically fighting like edit/wall placement build engagements, which I personally don't excel at as a player. I like landing at the houses, looking and seeing who's in Shifty, because when you land at these houses, you got what? 4 chest opportunities, plus you also add in the fact that you've got 2 different mushroom spawns there, you've got a bunch of trees, and then you can rotate towards Greasy and the big kind of Stonehenge building, and get the rifts there, now in the new Season 5 update.
Wow, and they find themselves in an elimination here. So there's still one player somewhere, and what's cool is that they didn't really have much loot, but they utilized the resources and tools they had to find elimination, and now they have weapons. They've got that SMG. Hopping over to Reflection. He finds himself a down there. Dude, he's just putting down pressure there while Hex can just hop up around.
And Hex, I like this. Hex is actually disengaging and waiting for his teammate to push up. You see how split they were right there for a second? Hex needed materials, falls on back, Reflection drops him some, and now they know they have the knock. They're going to push this right now and try to follow up this engagement and get this limb. There it is. That was perfect. That was perfect. That was a team waiting for each other. It reminded me of watching Bizzle and Hezi from yesterday.
Yeah. They managed to split up the enemy team there, and what's interesting is you'll find some players down and then immediately eliminate, right? But in downing the player and leaving them alive, it almost forces that secondary player to say, okay, well, what do I do now? Do I go for the res? Do I just leave this player behind? And you can see that was the right play to make because they forced that player to say, I don't know what to do. They bought him a few moments, and then they decided to disengage.
Absolutely.
And then Reflection found the elimination there.
No, it's perfectly put. It's something. It's when you instantly eliminate someone, it forces them to say, all right, well, now they only have one thing to do, and that's try to fight you. when you leave that player on the ground, it's like, are they going to go for the finish? Should I go for the res? They have to hesitate a little bit more. Svenos and King Richard, though, fighting inside one of these houses. They've got to watch out for traps as Svenos trying to spray on in, gets hit hard by a shotgun shot, drops him 60 HP. But there's the first knock from King Richard. They're looking for the follow-up here as well. Beautifully done, and wow, the second that King Richard gets knocked, there's the trade from Svenos. That's why it's so important to be on the same page and be near your teammates. They'll bundle on up in this house. Bandages already. They should get the res on up. So we saw Svenos already had one elim prior to that fight. King Richard got another one there as well. So they're at least at 3. You've got to assume 4 if they've wiped 2 teams.
They're very close to that threshold. And here's hopping over to Teddy and Isma. Now they're hanging out in Snobby Shores. Now this is pretty, so if I remember correctly, the storm is closer to Risky, right? So they've got to kind of go far. Yeah, the storm's coming in.
Risky was the northeasternmost part of the zone. So if I had,
that's unfortunate.
Butchers the stink bomb there a little bit. As they're going to remain in this fight. If I had to guess, the zone is probably, the start of it's probably right around Shifty. They're probably at the middle-most western part of it, maybe on the southwestern side of the zone. So if I had to guess, it's probably starting like right around like the tilted area.
Right, and here we go. The standings, Firma and B&Q find themselves in that first spot with that Royale Flush with 6 points. Fnatic Power and Etnix, 2 points. Mikelo and Roby, you saw them before. They have 2 points as well. We have Wexy and Pate, and then Thevs and Crabble also, all with 2 points. So still anyone's game here.
Yeah, some heavy hitters off the start of that first one. So we'll just see. This team look to kind of reset this fight, and why is this happening? Well, look at the materials. They had 6 wood and 1 brick. They have to reset. Look at all these structures broken. Typically in these houses, there's couches. Imagine if this is what houses look like in Fortnite, just barren. It's because every single player knows in these top lobbies, when you're going through houses and running your routes, break every piece of furniture you see on the way. Look, they want materials so bad, they're breaking the foundation of the darn house here, Zeke, just to be able to build a few walls.
And I think that's a great point, because especially most things within a house, couches, TVs, tables, chairs, they're all one-shots. You walk around and you just literally melee them once, and then you get those resources. So it's very smart to just roll through and then very quickly farm those houses. It doesn't take really any time at all, and then you actually have resources going into any engagements.
The lag spike, though.
But this is King Richard and Svenos. We saw them last game. Now Svenos already has 2 eliminations. If King Richard has any at all, if he doesn't, I guess, they're very close to halfway point of that threshold of the 5 eliminations.
Yep. And there's King Richard with the
all right,
final elim there.
There you go. So they at least have 3, potentially 4, right? If that was an entire duel that they took out.
Yeah. No, they definitely have 4. Because we know King Richard had 1 from that last fight. So if I'm assuming they have 4, maybe 5 already, that's a beautiful play. Drop the player down to his level playing field.
They find Nova there.
And remember, Mikelo and Roby already have 2 points.
That's right.
And this could be another elim.
There, and this is our 3rd place team as of right now from game 1.
It's awkward. There's some panic going in there. I'm wondering if his SMG isn't loaded. That's why he's having to keep... Yeah, exactly. I saw him awkwardly using the pump shotgun there, and I was wondering if it was because his SMG wasn't ready for fighting.
Roby has to try and cover... Oh, wow. Roby with a clutch.
So that's at least 3 elims down for this team.
That's right. These teams are coming out... they're all coming out swinging right now.
And looking at the materials, still in a very solid spot. You see they're on the edge of the next zone, but they've got so much time to heal on up. They're going to get to max... HP, and then probably at least 50 shields.
Yeah, and there was a med kit there for both of them. That's if Mikelo doesn't have one. Heading over to Fnatic Power and Etnix. Fnatic Power currently our 2nd place team here. Fnatic guys, they're just outside the storm. Oh man, I love the stick. You actually touched on this yesterday, which is a really unbelievable play that I don't think many people know about, and that's the double clinger. Can you talk to me about that?
Yeah, so when you throw a clinger on a wall, for example, if you follow it up instantly with a second one, when that first clinger blows up and destroys that cover, see, watch him spray. The second that cover is destroyed, the clinger instantly explodes. So right there, he only had 1 power round up, throwing that first nade one right on in, and then exploding it with the second.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, and I actually don't think this is the power that I know.
Oh, okay.
God, why are there so many powers in here?
Watch out, the other guy is trying to...
You can hear them kind of talking through their strategy right now.
So what we should do is to wait for the zone to come.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm trying to see.
What about if I throw a nade inside?
Oh yeah, if you can, fucking do it.
I love listening to their communication here.
Yeah.
I think they're
30
gonna go
seconds
take the
though
risk.
till the storm comes
They're
in.
definitely just trying to leave.
And look, they're looking to third party this.
Damn, I almost
That was
sniped him too.
super close, man.
That was his opening.
Oh, they're fighting.
They're fighting. Oh my god.
Yep.
Do we 3-peat us? At least get 1 kill?
See?
We
There's
could
a rift
try.
there.
It's risky
have
with the
much
mats
math.
though. I say we
And
leave.
we just got word coming in from last game. The team with the most eliminations for game 1 was Fnatic Power and Fnatic Ethnic, so they're going to take away
Do
the
you have any
6,500
bandies?
prize.
Yeah, I got
So
50.
congrats to them.
Okay.
We're back to him right now.
There they are.
So already, I wonder if they even know.
I mean,
Right?
I would assume they're just super focused.
Yeah.
I mean, you can tell everyone's warmed up, everyone's ready to go.
Pushing us.
Back
Nice.
it once.
Nice.
They are already in the zone. There's so much
Okay, oh,
wood
oh,
around here.
wow.
Oh, gets
Wow.
flipped
That was huge.
by a sniper rifle of some sort. It
That's
looks like this
amazing.
is their opponents right here. Yeah, it's a hunting rifle. And now the Splog's coming on in. Build
I hit
battles
once.
from both sides. It's
I hit
very
again.
awkward building
Watch out
into
for
the
the other.
trees. You're seeing how no
Yeah,
one's
yeah,
really
careful,
building
watch
that high up.
this. Up down
Typically,
the mountain.
you'd be seeing
Yeah,
ramps and
come on,
higher
mountain.
tier builds, but you don't want to get caught in those awkward tree build battles. So they're almost just staying at the second layer. Look, no one's building above 2 layers.
Yeah.
I love the natural cover as well. If you've touched on this earlier,
move
but
inside the
a
arrow,
lot of
move
players
inside
when
the
they're
arrow.
farming these trees, they
Yeah.
drop them down to 50 health.
Yep.
If no one has touched these trees yet, they have like 600 health.
Exactly.
So it's a lot of natural cover.
And if you see, as power built up right there, he built 2 walls behind him to basically preemptively stop any free shots
man.
and a sniper maybe from
so
behind. Like right there, he just saw that wall drop. The second he gets a moment to breathe, I'm expecting to see him build
Fucking
more
tree
walls
is in the
behind
way,
him.
dude.
Oh man, he only has
What?
13 HP.
He
He's
took me
dropped
behind
there.
the wall, bro.
He just
Yeah.
got headshotted and dropped, and now Carnifex and Wet should
Oh, this
push
is-
on this right away.
This is the other
Nothing.
other team's perspective, and they find Fnatic and they make the elimination.
Yep. Again, the second you get a knock in this, Zeke, you have to flood it. You just have to flood it. That fight right there, no one was crossing against that middle ground and pushing into the other build. It was basically pop shots and looking for some free chip damage with the assault rifles. The second they had an opening and they got to spray him with the rifle, they then said, hey, he's not, let's cross, and whoa, what a nade right there.
Wow.
Snake bomb. And there's the quick follow-up. Kexville, 2 fast elims.
So there you go. So they're probably, I believe, Raph actually has maybe 1 or 2 elims.
Yep.
But if not, they're unbelievably close to that 5 elimination threshold. So at minimum, they're definitely going to snag those first 2 points to put them on the board.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it.
The Storm has moved, so they're just inside retail. I think the Storm maybe have moved. Okay, yeah, so it's very close to Tomato. We saw it originally go near Risky, but as you can see, it's closing in on Tomato. So, oh, wow, look, Roby's down.
Yeah.
It's just Mikolo.
Oh, man.
And these guys are the players in 3rd place right now.
Yep, they're at that 2 point already from the 5+ elims in that first match. With Mikolo by himself. Again, you begin to play where you don't want any fights. I would not be surprised to see him get inside this house, clear it out, place some traps down, and just turtle on up. Boom. See how he's looking for traps? Boom.
Right?
And shut the doors. Hide. Maybe under the stairs or in the stairwell, and then just crouch.
So what do you do, right? So it's just you, your ally has been eliminated.
Yep.
Do you feel that you can still play as aggressively?
No, you are a ghost. He is a ghost right now.
Nice.
He wants people to look at that house and go, oh, there's no one in that house.
Right.
He wants people to
but I
forget
think
that
he
he's
would.
even in this game. Until he has to fight. And that's why him placing traps at the front door and the back
think
door,
I
the
heard a guy
2
behind
main entryways, tells me
But
that
it might have been your
he has
draw.
no intention of leaving that building anytime
Never
soon.
mind.
Up on a hill. Up on a hill.
And the 3rd zone, you could outrun
Another
from
team
any
pushing.
area of the map when you get to this, when you're in. So when you're even on the edge right here, you don't have to worry about like, oh no, the Storm's pushing, because you can outrun it. You're not
Yep.
going to take Storm
We're getting
damage.
sandwiched again, dude. I think there's
So
a way of
as
getting
these
out
high-level
of here.
competitors are playing, do you think it's better to play maybe like the edge of the Storm and take your time, or do you think it's better for players to just try and go in, find themselves in the circle
More
of the Storm,
extreme.
build
I
up
think
that
more
cover?
players. I think more players play on the edge of the storm,
hit
so that's
one.
why you're seeing some of these players get clipped in
I
these
have zero
third-party
match, bro.
engagements. Like right now, Svenos has people shooting from
Absolutely
his
zero.
left and his right. You saw he tagged him with the sniper on the right. Now getting shot from his left. He's only got 5 materials.
Oh, he's trying
I
to place.
can't even place a bouncy on that wall, dude.
He's got to go.
This is absolutely insane.
And just like that, the end should be near. Shot from 2 different areas.
Oh, he goes down.
No builds left, and this is the downside of playing the edge of the storm, because now you're having to move in with everybody else. You're having to kind of build, outplay the storm, and they're caught between 2 teams. They were done for, but hey, we saw it. It popped up the scoreboard. They got 5 elims, so they got themselves 2 points.
That's right. And this is Gotaga and ADZ. So Gotaga's actually in the storm right now. He's taking chip damage. I think right now it's like, what, 2 points a tick?
Yes. When this zone closes, it'll be 5 damage. So not only do they have to catch up, but you're looking and saying, oh, Gotaga can make it if he outruns this, but watch this health bar. Watch this health bar in, well, okay, still got 30 seconds, actually. I thought it was way closer.
Oh, but he knocks Hex.
And Gotaga actually's got a sniper.
Oh,
Apostle as well.
yeah, he finds this. Dude, but he's so dangerously out in the storm,
he's bandaging, but here we go. 20 seconds now until this zone fully closes. Gotaga's just got to go in full sprint mode. If he's got bounce pads, he needs to use them now to get out. I honestly think Gotaga's done.
What's interesting there is AD actually has 3 bouncers. And he's got a med kit.
I don't agree with using this med kit right here. No, you can't do this. Watch the zone. 2 seconds. Look, it's going to start hitting for 5. He's not even going to make it out. There you go. The bounce pad saved him. If he didn't have that bounce pad, he was dead. But still, I don't agree with him stopping and using that med kit right there, Zeke.
Yeah, he probably should have just saved it, right? Because, I mean, that's just extra time that you're wasting. And now he's only has 17 HP.
And 180 mats. The game is done soon for ADZ. That's a nice tag with the hunting rifle. But again, once people begin to focus on him, it's all over. That, for me, was a panic play.
You think so?
Not taking into account the storm. It looks like he was contemplating going and trying to get a res on Gotaga or trying to go and loot him. But when you go from 1 to 2 storm damage, okay, yeah, that's not that bad. Right, going from 1 to 2. But when you go from 2 to 5,
it's a game changer.
yes. That's a point where you can no longer, because even with bandages, if you have 15 bandages and you keep spamming them, you can at least heal enough to be able to make a move and try to outrun the zone for the final couple feet you need.
Right.
5, you're not out healing with a bandage.
You're not.
It takes 3 seconds to use a bandage, and you're getting 5 damage every second. Nope.
So that's basically just breaking even.
Yep, you're not able to make it out of it.
You want me to fight them or just get
Hopping over to Tinny, his teammate is down. Now, if his teammate has elimination, this is good because they're probably close to that throreshold.
Yep.
And again, we kind of talked about this, ladies and gentlemen. If you're just tuning in, everyone is racing to the crown. They're all racing for 13 points.
Yep.
Victory royales are worth 4 points. And if your team can snag 5 or more eliminations, you get 2 points. Otherwise, you're not earning any. So eliminations, every single one matters right now.
Oh, 100%.
There's still 23 players left in this circle. Hopping over to Crabble and Thevs. And Crabble and Thevs, I believe they're actually our 5th place team right now, tied with everyone along with the 2 points. They got the 5 eliminations last game.
And we only saw a couple times yesterday where the team who wound up getting the victory royale didn't actually get the royale flush.
Right.
Because you think if you're in a final 2v2 at the end of the game to win, you get those 2 elims. Okay, so you're already at 2. Oh, you think they'd get 3 more somewhere in the lobby, and this is them perfectly 3P'ing this fight, getting 3 rockets down, getting 3 pop shots. The big thing for me there, Zeke, is because they already had the preemptive cover from behind, they don't take damage from any of the other squads shooting in at them. They've got eyes. Devs right now has eyes on players in this metal structure. Rocket, they're timing it. They're trying to time it to where they shoot down the wall at the same time the rocket's about to hit. You see, basically making themselves a U of cover. Right now, he's got a wall at his left, his back, and his right. He's actually building a second one to make sure that the players who have that angle on him can't get the free snipe. And, ooh, gets tagged heavy, going to stop in medkit right now. No explodes left in his rocket, and only 160 total materials.
Courage, there's still 20 people alive right now.
Yep. ADZ's still in it.
He's at the edge, and again, he got tagged super hard. He doesn't have any heals. I mean, he really doesn't have much going on.
Again,
basically no mats.
He wants people to think that he's not even here. But when this next zone moves, see how he's just looking at the backs of everyone?
Yeah.
He wants to make sure he can kind of just sneak on through, be like an apparition. And here comes the engage. They're going for it now. 39 seconds
going
left.
In. Oh, he got tagged again, so he's going to use another med kit.
Yeah. And look, ADZ, there's the move.
He's moving around. I feel like he's making a lot of noise. In this type of situation, you want to crouch walk right? So making less noise.
It definitely will help him, you know, with the noise factor. He's wanting other people to begin to shoot and fight and make noise for him to make moves like this. Like that's his kind of end game play. He's going in to try to third-party this fight.
Oh, wait.
Das sind noch ein Randoms, das waren noch
Oh,
Randoms.
that's okay. So this was the mouse guys, and
Yep.
then and they turn and they eliminate him there. They find both.
It's a little bit awkward. This is two different teams of mouse players. This is like a mouse team elim right here.
Right.
As you see, players now being knocked by the zone. 15 left. It's awkward because there is a little cliff right here, so you can see Reflection building up against this higher cover. It's great when building into a cliff when you're there, because when your floor gets knocked out, typically when you're in a fight and your floor gets knocked out, it drops everything because that's the thing connecting you to the rest of your structure, right?
Right.
When up against a mountain, because you're there, when you have that floor shot out, if you time it, you can just place another one right below you because your walls aren't being knocked as well.
Right,
because the mountain is creating natural kind of structural integrity for your build to keep you up instead of it all collapsing at once.
So as we saw,
Michelo's still in this.
He is, and the storm has basically taken a turn for the worse. As you can see, before this was the center of the storm, and now it's all the way out in the storm. So players have to move very far here. There's still so many players left. Mikelo is one of them. The storm's actually going to move here in 30 seconds. Man, 15 players. This is starting to get very claustrophobic very quickly.
Yep. And again, your standings. Herma and BNQ, not even sure if they're still in this right now. Haven't seen much from them this game. We know Power and Etnix are out. Mikelo in that third spot. We're watching his perspective right now. And I believe Thevs and Crabble.
Thevs and Crabble are still in, and I believe Wexy and Pate were actually eliminated early on.
Okay. Here we go. Zone's about to move. Every player in the lobby will have to move in some way. BNQ is still in it. BNQ is still in this. Herma just got an elim as well. They just got 2 more eliminations.
I believe they've at least hit the 5 elimination threshold, right?
No.
Okay,
This is taking
so Herma,
No, Robbie.
oh, and you hear the frustration. Herma is out. BNQ is out. They just got knocked by the storm. Reflection, he's about to get dropped by the storm. Oh, this is what's making this so tough. They're having to go uphill.
Uphill.
So instead of having to be able to build straight, they've got to build up, and that is just such an awkward build to be in. Now over to Wet and Carnifex. They're still in this as well. 6 players in total still in this game.
Reflection did actually have 5 eliminations there by the end, so at minimum they're going to have 2 points.
Okay.
Going to put them on the board, so that's huge for them.
How high up are these players?
You know, I was just thinking that, Kurt.
Right?
You actually touched on this, man. Going higher up is semi-dangerous.
It is. The silver lining, they are definitely high up there, but the silver lining is they have bounce pads. So if the structure gets shot down from low, you could still place a bounce pad on a structure that's beginning to crack and break. They can't. They're trying to extend this, but his teammate's got to be the one with all the mats because look, he's out. Look, he's out. And there's that the preemptive bounce pad.
Do you think they just go for this? I mean,
look at how awkward this is.
You know
having to burn
what's
through the
bad
metal.
too is that he doesn't at least have even enough match to just place a 4 and a bounce. So basically, if something goes terribly wrong, as of right now, he doesn't have anywhere to place a bounce because he doesn't have the mats to do it. So he has to rely on his teammate to just build a wall, build a floor, so he can add that on.
Look, he's just trying to take some hot shots up from above. It's a 2 versus 2, I believe. Spraying on in. There it is. Now it's 2 versus 1.
Yes, now it's a 2 versus 1. So there's 1 player remaining.
I think they need to begin to drop down a little bit.
I'd be curious to hop over to this other player that's left alive. So I think as well, I think they're right on the edge of the threshold. I think
they're going to bounce pad and try to go to his height, go for the 2v1. Here it is. They've got enough health, and wow! The beautiful tac shotgun headshot, the blue tactical shotgun, 118 for the crit.
They find Fixer, so that is going to be Carnifex and Wedge to take our 2nd game. That's crazy.
That's big. That's big right there because I believe that was the 4th elim right there for the player on your screen. You'd assume maybe 1 from the other to put them at a Royale flush. Already some insane action to kick off day 2 of week 3 on the Summer Skirmish.
Wow.
These ends, that was an awkward ending. I think we just saw maybe 5 or 6 players either get eliminated by the storm or take so much damage from the storm that then their next fight they had no chance.
Yeah, and that's something they have to consider. the circle is always going to end differently, right? So you have to consider where and what your surroundings might be. Because you pointed out, the moment that certain players try to go up, oh, look at that, we're trying to go for the bounce pad.
Yep.
They were like, we're going in. But yeah, as players are trying to find themselves moving along this circle, when you're playing on flat ground, it's not that hard, right? You're just like, I just have to move in this direction.
Absolutely.
But when you're playing on this different terrain where at any moment you could actually slide backwards if you're not careful taking certain angles there, you could actually slide back into storm and take a bunch of unnecessary damage.
But here's the thing, it was such a drastic cliff. So it was so low ground to then high ground that when you're right on the edge of that cliff where so many players were, you can't just go straight. You have to build up on an angle and then go.
Right.
Or you need to you need to basically floor ramp, and get the straight up, build straight up, and then go.
Yeah.
You don't have enough time for that. That zone is ticking for 10 damage, and that's why I think we saw 3 or 4 people just start dancing in the zone because they were like, I can't make it.
Yep.
I can't make it. If that's flat ground, you could just build straight across. If that's even just a little bit of an incline, like a hill and not a cliff, you can match the height of the hill and then go. But a cliff, you can't just build ramp straight up. It's too vertical of a natural cover.
Sure. We've got some replays coming at you now from this second game, match 2. Let's take a look. So this is Mikolo here and Roby. They were just outside of Risky Reels. Hex and Reflection here coming in. Oh, this was a super sick cleanup there early on.
And this was Svenos and King Richard. This is why it's so key to make sure you're sticking together. What I really like too from Svenos is he's keeping that high ground, making sure that there's no way one well-placed trap can eliminate both him and King Richard.
Yeah.
That's why you don't want to both fly in at the guy at the same time, because a trap doing 150 and then instantly being able to engage, that could be how your team loses, and how embarrassing would that be?
And look, that's when they found Fnatic, and they took him out there in Dusty. This is oh yeah, okay. So this is like just outside. So I think this is right when
Jarl drops and Tinny basically gets left by himself.
Yep. So this is what kind of led to him having to play by himself. This was when Svenos was lost in the storm.
Those are beautiful
Oh,
shots.
shop. Wow. Okay, I was going to say, if he hit... Okay. That was King Richard. Oh!
That was Svenos and King Richard.
Yeah, okay, wow.
That was when they
were getting pinched
from 2 different areas. There's the power of that legendary compact SMG trying to get it done, and in the final moments, you just got to begin to drop down here at that point.
I love how he just catches the player off guard. One hop back, boop, there it was. So congrats to them. They take game 2. That was those pretty good games. We have first done with 2.
Yeah, done with 2 now. Players beginning to see exactly where they stack up in this playing field. From what we saw yesterday, this is where we kind of saw our leaders, and already some of our people that were secured in the money just from game 2 begin to develop. As we move forward now, want to see where exactly these teams stack up. I know when we come back from our break, I'm sure we'll have a leaderboards update and a rules update.
Actually,
we'll see.
We have standings.
Right, make sure I place the money so I can brag and say that now I'm a professional Fortnite player.
Right.
Right? And that's where these teams, remember there's 50 duos in this. There's only 12 who've placed with even with points right now.
Right.
So they're going to be going, hey, we just get 5 a win.
That's it. We're suddenly 13th place.
Some cash right here.
Yeah. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Match 3 for week 3, day 2. That's a mouthful. Let's hop on into our first team, King Richard and Svenos.
Check around. We can loot a shit on there.
And King Richard and Svenos actually found 2 points last game, so there are coming in our 5th spot here.
Yep.
So we'll have to see how they're doing.
Head towards retail.
And remember, while this is the EU side of things, this is actually a bold play. This shows the confidence that Svenos has in King Richard as a player and as his duo. Because King Richard is playing from his house in North America.
Right.
Okay.
So he's having to play on that.
First at retail for sure.
Probably not as strong a connection as the rest of the players in the lobby, but he's still hanging with them and still playing that well. It's a testament to just how good of a player and teammate King Richard is.
Yeah, and we saw them make it super far. They just got pinched there toward the end of last game, but
they're on the board. They're top 10 right now in points.
Yeah, and they're opting for retail. And you touched on this a little bit. Now that we're kind of getting into the meat of our games, that middle threshold of our games.
Yep.
Do you think this is the time to go in? Do you think this is players go, you know what, look,
yeah,
maybe we're on the board, maybe we're not on the board. Let's just go all in and see where we can place? Or do you think they say, look, let's just try, play for the victory out, let's try and get those 4 points?
Yeah, it's just going to come down to their start and their landing. What I like right now is these guys can loot on up and heal here, but as we switch perspectives, we swap it over to City Driver and Harmy. They're actually right and tilted right now, fighting at bottom pawn shop, and oh no, City Driver burned down to just 4 HP. Thankfully, he does have bandages to get back up towards 75 health, but you got to wonder if the opponents they're fighting recognize the opportunity. Now they have to push towards a weak player.
And they were our 6th place team last bit. They found themselves with 2 points coming in from the last game, so they're definitely top 12, which is good, but do you think maybe they might have bitten off more they could chew landing a tilted? I mean, I personally am a very aggressive player, so I do like landing tilted and kind of like rolling the dice, but as you can see, there's actually already grenades being thrown. Oh, they're below them.
There's one down low, one up top.
Do you go for the guy up top or you go for the guy down low? I feel like the guy up high, right? Because the guy down low is just like, yeah, you're just going to kind of sit
I'm wondering if he breaks
here.
the floor. I'm wondering if he breaks the floor and tries to just go for this. Doesn't look like yet. He's just trying to stay alive at the moment. Look, slowly chipping away at it. The player that's down low has to be paranoid right now.
Yeah, it's like any moment if I look away for, he could just be on top of me, right?
Yeah.
Oh, but look, he tried to, oh, okay, so he's pyramiding. All right.
They've just got to go for one. Now, here's what I can't tell. This is a third party getting involved.
Okay, so this is Jiren. He goes down. Oh,
there's the other.
Yeah, they find the other elimination.
So that's 2 right there. Harmy just lost 100 plus health, though. And you hear more shots coming on, and there's still enemies here. That's the downside of playing and landing in tilted. There's definitely going to be people trying to hunt you.
And I think these players are still below them, right? I think
no. That was the final limb. If you saw the edits of that pyramid and that floor, that's the edit to get out. So that person panicked when his teammate got knocked, tried to rush on out, and Harmy traded that engagement.
That's right. Hopping over to Jarl and Tinny, finding themselves in Fatal Fields.
They're inside, right?
I actually love Fatal because there's so much open space. You can kind of, you have a line of sight, and you can kind of see where players are. So I really enjoy fighting in Fatal Fields.
And the big thing is, too, there's a ton of stone nearby because of those little quarries.
Yeah.
Side of Fatal, you can get a ton of material off the break of the game. You see the fight coming on in. There goes Kendine.
Keep high ground.
Knocked by Tinny, and Tinny just calls out to his teammate, keep high ground. Don't be heroes. We don't need to go and stoop on down to where his level is and give him more of a chance to kind of fight us in 1v1 fights. Keep the high ground and look down on our opponent and try to get those free shots as they try to match the build and come on up. Now they're going to go for this. Now that they've kind of reset for a second, they're kind of peering on through.
Where's this other? Oh, they got.
Oh, and
there it is.
That is just
grenade. They've got about 5 seconds in total, but right now it's not a few. Okay,
that's it.
They managed to secure the elim there. That was close.
Beautiful play. I've seen more use of boogie bombs in these 2 days of play than like my normal days online. You know, and it's because when you stop a great player from being able to do anything for 5 seconds, you saw right there, Tinny got the boogie bomb on him, knew he was weak, so immediately charged. And then made sure he had a perfect shot lined up to get that instant damage, and that was all he needed.
That's right. Boogie Bomb, underrated utility item there. But now it looks like they maybe have Fatal to themselves. It looks like they're, you know, I think in some situations you kind of like know when there's players and when there's not. But we actually have an instant replay coming in from Svenos. Let's take a look at that.
I've got 2 C4 and I just found a gold ball.
Let's see it. Svenos, this was back in retail. As we saw King Richard there, so he broke the wall, and look, that player was so worried about King Richard pushing from the other side that he broke the wall, placed down his own structure, and when you place your own structure, the opponent is then in full panic mode because you've got the full ability to edit. It's wildly popular to edit a window, take a pop shot, edit away the window. Go to the other side, edit the window, take the pop shot, edit it's so frustrating to play against. You have no chance when you're stuck inside that box.
That's right. And now we find Carnifex and Wetch. They actually won last game, number 2 team here. They're taking a bunch of damage. Oh, he goes down.
And now it's a 1v1.
You got any medical?
They're trying. Wait, I think someone just.
Is your launch pad?
Yeah, I think someone just launched in.
They're coming. They're coming.
Up, and there you go. Yeah, you hear him saying, they're coming, they're coming.
Oh, he doesn't have mats.
Nope.
Kurt, he doesn't have mats.
He doesn't have mats, and he doesn't have anything to spray down these walls. He's going to drop on down to the low ground. He can't even build around his teammate to protect them. The other thing to remember, all he's got is a silenced pistol. It just shows how little loot they have. 10 HP, no mats, no good AR, no good SMG or drum gun. That's that.
So close there. Simbic finds the elimination. So our second place team goes down. This is them.
Look at these cuts back and forth, the different perspectives. It's a work of art.
But there you go. It's Simic and Ukes. They're gonna survive for a little bit longer, and that means they found 2 eliminations. So getting close to that 5 elim threshold.
That was like a battle right there. Who had the worst inventory?
Look, and this is Fnatic Power. Fnatic guys, as well as Etnix.
So fucking good, dude. So fucking good.
They're at the very edge of the storm. The storm is starting to come in a little bit there.
Bro, take
You
this
gotta
minion.
Zone. As you just brought it up, they begin to kind of freak out.
Okay, no worries.
And you actually touched on this. The first circle's not terrible.
Yeah.
It's only a point of damage, but like if you're in the storm for too long, that racks up. Especially if you're running for like, let's say, 20 seconds, right?
Yep.
That's 20 damage that you don't need.
So the way I look at it too, and there's a great use of a bounce pad too. They just use it for mobility's sake there. But the way I view it too is if you're at 75 HP and you're in the zone and you only have bandages, it's not that bad because you have bandages to heal you back up to 75.
Right.
When it stinks the most is when you have 100 HP like we saw from the players right there. And now the zone is dropping them. Wow, that remote explosive. I think is he going to get both? That tagged him as well. The remote explosive hitting for that flat 70 damage. There's the quick cleanup. And right there you saw there was a shield number pop up and a health number pop up. When you break the last bit of shield on someone, it puts out 2 damage numbers to let you know how much damage you did to the rest of the shield plus the HP. Also, there's a unique sound effect. So he hits that down, they hear the shield pop, they know he's weak on health. It's an easy follow-up and cleanup.
That was Mikolo and Robbie. They're our 3rd place team right now. Hopping over back to the Fnatic guys, Power and Etnix.
And just to confirm, this is the power that I know. So I thought it was the power I knew, then I thought it wasn't the power I knew. Now I know it's the power that I know, but I've only met him once in real life. So I'm saying I know him, but I really only met him once, and it was like 4 years ago. So, wow, they're far from the zone.
Oh, that's, I mean, but you talked about this, right? Running from one grid to another, it's about 45 seconds, right?
Yes, and the other thing is, you got to keep in mind now, 2 minutes in the zone. Now, they're by retail, so I'm trying to think. Every rift that's nearby, there's none really to their west unless you go past Dusty Depot or Dusty Divot.
Oh, and they're being built upon right now. So they have to take time to try and eliminate these players. Yeah, this is, I don't think they want this engagement.
No, they don't want it at all. Thankfully, they at least have a drum gun to be able to shred down some of these walls. That was beautiful. 78 damage. Power calling out that he's one shot. Might just try to push the agenda right now. Break this down. Yes, look. 2 hits. 2 hits. Here it comes. Incoming.
He's right in front of me.
Oh, but he managed to jump down and he starts to build himself in.
The big thing is, look at the assault rifle ammo. 24 total bullets in this drum gun.
That was Ukes. It was Ukes.
Done. Done.
Wow.
Gets them knocked on down. That's another couple of limbs. We already saw Power and Etnix take down a couple players earlier, so I'm assuming they're already at least at 4 limbs. But that was a lot of time to fight. Now, thinking of the rift spawns, they're not going to reach one to their far west. I believe that's already out of the zone. There's one to their far east outside retail. But I don't think they're going to be able to get that either. I believe it's gone.
We have 4 limbs, dude. We need.
Oh, man.
They have 4 limbs, they just said. They need 1 more.
Okay. But look at their map. So here's the thing, right? You could tell the disparity in their weapons, right? They have a ton of mats, but they actually dropped, and you saw Power drop a pump shotgun for the tactical shotgun because it actually had more ammo. The pump only had 4, the tactical has 9. But now over to King Richard's Venos. Now they're just outside the circle, so they're actually not too far from this team because they were in nearing Paradise Point.
As now Svenos and King Richard push on in. We do know they have some points on the board.
Hit him.
They're actually not too far from the zone as well. They've got time. But as you can see, there's players building here, and I think there's players behind these here. It's hard to see.
Yeah, there is.
Do we hang hard?
Yes, there's a team here right there, and I think there's a team just to their southwest. You can see some building there.
Yeah.
Off over to Mikolo and Roby. Mikolo and Roby currently are our 3rd place team. They have 3 eliminations here.
It's funny.
On Mikolo.
All these guys that are already on the board, you can just kind of tell. We keep hopping their perspectives, but they're all either engaging each other or they're living quite far into these games. Good little build just above. Mikolo gonna have to drop on down and look for a reset.
I like that play. You know, when you're engaging a player and they have high ground, a lot of players tend to just try and do whatever they can to reclaim that high ground, and then you end up with these really high build battles. But another thing you can do is just say, you know what, this guy's got it, let me just fall back and reset.
Because there's so many opportunities.
Whoa, that was with a trap!
Beautifully done. Runs into the house, expects someone to chase him. Right, you want to get any bit of cover you can get. Places the trap in the doorway, someone sprints right into it. 200 IQ play. 4th elim now for Mikolo.
Dude, I think they're at the threshold again. I think they have 5. If Roby has an elimination, they have those extra 2 points.
2 boogie bombs, too. We talked about how good they've been so far, but again, when you're used to playing online, how many times you see build battles that go all the way to the skybox, essentially, with how high they build up. In this, because you expect so many people to begin to shoot at you and get the third parties involved, you don't want to build that high up because next thing you know, the whole structure is getting shot down. So many, many more times when someone loses even 1 tier of a build battle, instead of continuing to force and retake the high ground, they just say, nope, I'm taking the low ground.
Yeah.
They just drop on down, and they'll say, we'll reset the fight. That's exactly what Mikolo and Roby just did there.
Yeah, but now they're taking a ton of storm damage. They find power! It's Fnatic power, so Enix isn't too far behind
And
right now.
Roby just got another limb, so they're guaranteed at 5 right now. They're absolutely at 5 limbs.
What? There goes power. He goes down.
There, yeah. So there you go. That's another 2 points for Mikolo and Roby.
The interesting thing is Roby is still out in the storm. He's taking a bunch of damage. It's taking for 2 right now.
Yep.
Unbelievable. I think Etnix is still in place. Venos and King Richard still alive here in Fatal Fields.
Dude, these guys are just burning our materials, honestly.
See? These guys are just burning our materials. Power and Enix are now gone.
Yep, looks like Etnix might have fallen there to the storm.
Lasered from the side.
Yep.
Oh, man. Is that a minigun I'm hearing?
Like a minigun, dude. He's just
All right.
Uh-oh.
Oh, they're pushing up. Oh, so this is 2 separate teams. There's a team coming in, trying to take pop shots with the minigun, and there's a team built up here.
So right there, that was a beautiful place of that wall. That wall, basically, he's expecting to finish off the player. Not only does it give him the protection he needs to begin to mini and shield on up, but it stops the loot from rolling down the ramp. So now he can just sit in his little 1x1 cube, uses his minis, uses his shield. I'm not sure if he's going to... Okay, I wasn't sure if he was going to try to break on out and say, forget it now for the medkit, I'm going to go help my teammate. But instead, no, they'll take the time to just heal on up, as Svenos is looking to try to drop this player down from above.
I love that Svenos is also creating room, right? Because a lot of times you see players apply pressure and keep you from popping medkits, minis, and whatnot, but Svenos is actually saying, okay, look, I know Richard needs to med, so let me just take some time. I will pull aggro, just put some pressure on the enemies, and then you can do whatever you need to do, and then we regroup.
If you look at right now Svenos' inventory, there's one thing that stands out to me. Look at the ammo count.
Ah, man, and honestly, he doesn't really have mats. They touched on it earlier. These players caused them to burn a lot of their mats.
Dude, and look, burn a lot of everything. Shot, even just
shoot from the bottom.
AR shots, everything.
Or bullet for me?
Oh, wow. Look, they're just trying to see if they can break through here.
Me or no, I got nothing. Absolutely nothing.
I've got nothing. He's calling out.
Wow. But here's the thing, right? And we talked about this somewhere earlier and yesterday, but it only takes one duo to come up to be eliminated to suddenly you go from nothing to... So, like, here we go.
But
we'll see. Look, he's got some ammo.
He got a little bit of ammo.
Yeah, it wasn't much.
So remember yesterday when I referenced fighting in the early game, how that affects your mid game, and then how that transitions to late game.
Right.
King Richard and Svenos have literally been fighting for every waking moment of this game. They have not been able to farm. They have not been able to loot well. And the guys that they're fighting against also aren't looted. So these limbs that they're getting, great. They're getting limbs. And they might be pushing towards that 5 threshold. But it's one of those things now where the power scale is going to tip in favor of the people who have materials, who have the loot, who have the shields, right?
Right. Hopping over to Mikolo. So again, Roby goes down, but look, Mikolo already has... Yep, but he has the 5 eliminations.
Yep.
So he definitely is going to have 2 points.
So he's just looking to be a ghost. Again, just like last game when he hid inside that house just outside Tomato. Now hiding inside its own structure. There is a crate dropping. Is that a crate dropping outside, or was that just the balloons? That might have just been the balloons.
No, it's a crate.
It's a crate.
Oh, but look, the mouse guys, they found before, and now they find again. They take him down. King Richard and Svenos, and you talked about this, man. Oh, but look, King Richard actually has a ton of mats. He's got a ton of bricks, a ton of metal.
He does have a decent amount of materials. I think the big thing, though, is that no shields left for him.
Oh, yeah.
And it's one of those things where now it's all you need to converge. I can tell you right now, these guys have not had the chance to breathe. Seriously.
Yeah.
Like, we've seen them around this fatal house/barn forever because guess what? They couldn't leave. They couldn't move.
Right. It was just team after team.
Got a sniper. I think he's solo, bro.
All right, so yeah, there's one player here.
So they're assuming that this player's solo, and now they're trying to force this fight. I'm wondering if they're at 4 limbs right now and they just need one more. But now they're getting third-party shot at from a different angle. King Richard dropped down to just 52 HP.
He got hit.
Man, they're taking a ton of damage.
Yeah, Svenos just had some shields dropped as well.
And I think what's scary here, specifically about King Richard's inventory here, is that he's using 2 of the SMGs, one silenced, one unsilenced, and they're using the same ammo pool.
Yeah.
So the moment that he reloads his unsilenced SMG, that's going to dip into the pool of the other one.
Boom.
And there you go. Now he has 83 rounds to split between 2 different
That
weapons.
was wonderful. Pump shotgun shot, ripped all the shields off. But again, this third party getting involved. Look, King Richard keeps having to box it up and bandage, and it's not even by the guy he's fighting.
I need help. I got 2
And he's got
It's a minigun.
many mats.
Minigun.
We saw the minigun putting in work yesterday. Putting in work now. Oh, Svenos goes down. Wait, but he finds Mops.
He said, finish the kill, go for the kill, go for the elim, go for the elim.
Good shit, bro.
That's 5. I think that's 5.
Okay, so at minimum they have the 5 points, but we'll have to see if King Richard, he's taking a ton of storm damage.
He's done.
Oh no.
That's fine. That's fine though. They got the see. Let's go. When do you ever see someone celebrate dying to the storm because they know they just got the 2 points they needed? Svenos has had some really clutch callouts so far. From listening to their comms, I'm loving what I'm hearing. He's really commanding and making sure that they're on the same page right there.
Oh, look at this circle though, Courage.
One mountain right in the middle. And what we see from Hezi and Bizzle yesterday, in one of the games that they were victors in, they were on top of the mountain early on, and they had near infinite materials, it felt like.
Right.
And they just sat there forever until they won the game. What's going to be weird is right like that, look, when the storm begins to do the things where it's half in, half out, you're going to have to like do the build just like, was it game 2? Where you couldn't climb the cliff and a bunch of people just dropped to the zone.
Right.
Watch out for something similar happening here.
With 16 players left alive, you got to ask yourself, you know, what do we do in this situation? There's a gigantic mountain here just in the center of the zone. And look, the Solar guys are actually up on top of the mountain, and they appear to be uncontested. It's hard to tell. There's a lot of building everywhere.
This is a scary duo to have up top here, but there's another team with metal just nearby.
Someone just launch padded up. Heading over to Gabby TV, and this is Fixer. This Fixer was actually taken down in the 2nd place.
Yep.
Yeah, I know.
From a few games ago. What's interesting is Gabby and Fixer are finding themselves inside the circle. This is good for them.
Yeah, they're at least in the zone. They don't even have to move at all for this next one. Like, and what I mean by that is some teams will push to like the back side of the circle, like the far end, and then be able to look back. They can just sit right where they are.
And this is
Pate
and Pate.
Yep.
Wait, you said Pate? Yeah, Pate and Wexy. And they were actually before they had 2 points, so they're definitely top 12.
C4's on the roof, then we shoot the roof.
Oh, I like that call out.
Yeah, they're trying to time the C4 to hopefully have it do damage to the player, but they didn't quite get it.
Come.
And now they are going to move. Okay, so I wasn't sure if they were going to, but now they are going to actually move. They were safe already.
Someone's spraying down though.
Smart play by Gabby to place those pyramids on top, giving that extra layer of protection. I didn't know you can stack the roof and then put a pyramid on top of it. So instead of them spraying through the roof you have and potentially doing damage to you, instead they spray through the pyramid. And if it does cut through before you can place up your next wall, it hits the roof instead. So that extra layer of protection basically guarantees they can't get any free chip damage on you when you're still trying to place that new build.
Oh wow, there's another team.
Beautifully done.
Wow.
Beautifully done with the remote explosive.
Oh, that was Solary Hunter.
Yep. So Gabby has 0, but we're wondering exactly where Fixter stands with eliminations.
See people above us.
Yeah, I see them. I see those in the tower as well. 60.
It's getting really claustrophobic.
Right.
60.
Heading over here. This is Pate and Wexy.
This is that high ground awkward play we're talking about. Look, are there people on the structure? Nope, they already dropped down.
You just hear the compact SMG just firing off. That's not... The only thing worse than hearing like a gun non-stop firing is like either grenades bouncing, clingers, or rockets being fired.
Yep. And they just played that really, really bold. They're trying to push towards where this next zone will move because, again, 10 seconds, folks. There's 10 people in total. You're about to see everyone in the lobby have to shift. Everyone is going to have to move, and this is where people begin to drop like flies. We're going to go from 10 to 4 in like the next 30 seconds.
And as you can see, he had an extra big pot there, so he's able to use the big shield potion. It's going to be 50 extra shield, so they're sitting on a great effective health pool right now.
Down to 8.
Oh, they're jumping down. Look. Oh, this is 2 separate people.
Yep.
These are 2 teams.
Beautiful shots.
Oh, that was Keenstar. I think the Solary boys might be down.
Someone just blocked their pyramid. See, the people above them are trying to pyramid block them and not let them up. And what just happened? We just went from 10 to 4 in 30 seconds.
Dude,
I literally told you it's exactly what's going to happen.
The storm is taking for 10 points of damage.
Yep.
It went from 100 health down to 70 in a matter of moments.
And now Pate is getting shredded in the 5 seconds that he's using the shield. But now they're going to go ahead and try to return fire towards this player building the metal up top.
Courage, I think it's 2v1v1 right now.
It's a 2v1v1. Oh, gosh.
Where is this fourth player?
Pate had 0 limbs before that zone move. Now he's at 2. I'm wondering what exactly Wex has.
Yeah, look, see, they're trying to zone in and zero in on this player here, but there's still one. I feel like this fourth player, you got to get involved, right?
It's getting to a point. And beautifully done. Takes no fall damage as the entire structure just fell. One just behind him. There's that fourth player you mentioned. Not able to get the limb.
He goes down.
He does get the shotgun. Wait,
what? Pate finds both!
And that was Gataga. Gataga was the final player. Pate, though, with the victory, gets the limbs. They were only at 4. I think they were only at 4.
I think Pate...
Killing it, man. Good job to production, everyone back there. It's a lot to take in. So many streams, so many people, so much action going on, adding, subtracting, and math. It's just a lot to take in.
Quiet.
Here we go. So hopping over
really
to Richard
quiet.
and Svenos. It looks like they might. But I think
really
that's
high up
Retail
and
Road
on.
they're heading toward right now.
I think I'm good.
We have
Yep.
one team with us at least.
Remember they landed there last game?
They did.
They landed literally on this house. People called...
I can make
actually,
first house
okay,
right
so
here.
they're landing at the closer, you
So
know,
if you take
broken house.
that'd be
But
great.
the further one is LeBron's that you see on a screen. People call LeBron's because the basketball court nearby.
They're at dog
They'll
house.
drop
They're at
on
dog
in.
house.
This house has 2 chest spawn locations.
Near you?
One in the upstairs bathroom and then one in the roof. What I also like about this house too is it's like the corner house, so you have the ability where, hey, let's get out of here. They can turn and run to their southwest
next
and
to
just
you or
leave
what?
the location. So there's
Yeah.
one of the chest spawns.
And then
I'm
there's
assuming
another
you'll see him
guy in the house.
break on up through this roof here nearby if there's another chest. Yep.
And the other one is up there in the broken rooftops, right?
Yep. And is it there?
I destroyed the chest.
He destroyed it. Yeah, that's what
Oh.
I was.
I don't have
I
any,
kid you not.
shield
I was like, is he gonna build on up here? And here's the thing. This is Svenos, folks. One of the best players that I've
got
seen
C4s.
in games playing day in and day out. You can kind of tell. I destroyed the
I
chest.
got
He probably can't even remember the last time he destroyed a chest in this game. But I think that that's a little keen on the nerves.
Right.
And how they're so paranoid of him to think about other
think he
things
went
that
out the roof, dude,
he's
in the
just
back.
mindlessly doing things and making a mistake like that. And early game, when you've got 2 opportunities for a chest and a loot and you kill one of them, you destroy one of them, that's a big blunder.
Behind you, at my house.
There you go. They find one of the players. I believe it's only one other duo here
Yeah,
with
you need
them
to
right
get out
now.
there. We're sent with
But
big-
King
big
Richard
time,
is
dude.
taking a bunch of
try your bit.
damage. We'll have to see.
I got
Oh
fucking
no,
lazy.
Svenos goes down early.
And this is a disaster for him right now. He's probably thinking, I wish I had that loot from that other chest for potential shields.
Oh, dude, that was 9.
31 and then 66 on the headshot, 99 damage.
It's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Oh my
At least they know, hey, I should be able to res you now. Should be able to get the revive on you. But you hear 2 teams fighting. That stink bomb just above.
That was super close placement there.
And those are also nades coming on in too.
Oh, wow.
That was it. That was
It double
clingers.
exploded.
That was the clingers. So what they just did right there was they threw a clinger on the roof and a second one. And when the first one blew up, the second one is what does the damage. And both of them had under 100 HP, meaning it instantly eliminates them from the game.
That's right. So they're down, hopping over to the Solary guys. So MZ picks up 2 elims. Now Solary Hunter is not with them, but he's also part of their team. And he's by himself right now. Awaken, or Airwalks, I'm sorry, was gone down. This has got to be scary. If I was Hunter, I'd be a little scared. 'Cause you gotta think like, oh yeah, my best friends are also. Oh.
I would be talking about what we're gonna do in match 5.
Ooh, that's true.
Yeah, I would be like, yeah, try your best, but you look, if Airwax is already eliminated, and Hunter's got 0 limbs, you're thinking they're nowhere close to hitting that 5 threshold.
Right.
They're nowhere close to getting themselves the 2 points. Getting 5 limbs by yourself is probably one of the toughest tasks you do, but here we go, the bounce pad, they're looking for the engage. It's Hex and Reflection, 2 of the more confident players and aggressive players we've seen so far today. The first knock comes in, the second is there. And one strategy I've seen used in this, how many times are we used to seeing just people go ahead and begin to build and go for like a little peeking build battle, right?
Right.
It's much more rare in this to see players aggressively bounce pad like that, or even impulse grenade at their opponents.
Right.
Because your opponents are going, there's no way they're going to do something like that. This isn't an online game or there's not much on the line.
Right.
$500,000 on the line. You're thinking, let's set up, let's hope we can get a quick little peek and let them make the mistake here. Right? What we just saw right there was they had no mats. They did not have the tools they wanted for a little build battle. They said, hey, we're going to risk it all right now. We're going to bounce pad to them, catch them off guard, and hope that our little offensive advantage we give ourselves is enough to swing this fight in our favor.
And it pays off for them.
Yep.
And now they've got this location. I mean, this is a pretty good location just to have to yourself. I guess if the other team here is already looted, though.
So what you're seeing right now from Reflection is he's looking up to see if there's rifts, because there's a rift spawn location right there. I didn't see any. There's also mushrooms that spawn directly there to his northeast, right on this little hill. There's mushrooms that spawn to their south, where they just eliminated those other two players, which I'm assuming are gone already.
I think there's even a chest spawn, right? It's under the ramp there on the right, looking up on that mountain right there.
Yeah. And now, look at how little mats.
I used a lot of mats to get up here.
And there's no rift location either, so they're not going to be able to reset. Back to our 6-box now as it's action going on everywhere, folks. As we go ahead and hop on in with Harmy, you see tallying the points, and I love that. Thank you.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Harmy, you the man. Well, we've seen Harmy and City Driver just playing out of their minds, and now they're hanging out. So, again, they actually hung out near Shifty Shafts before in last game.
That's beautiful.
Wow.
So the scoped assault rifle is a hit scan weapon, meaning no matter how far they are, if you have your marker on them and you shoot at them, it does the damage, right? So it's pinpoint accurate. So you're seeing right now, when you put it in the hands of some of these players who are so good at ADSing and aiming down sight and hitting their shots, you put a scope they are in their hand, it's simple as that. It's a laser, yeah. You peek out your head for a pixel, and I guarantee you right now, Harmy's taking some damage on you.
Hopping over to Lay and DAA. They're hanging out just outside of Paradise. They find one elim. Dude, he already has 5 eliminations.
Wait, what?
So, all right. So Lay already has 5 eliminations, so they at least have 2 points.
Yes. So that's a good. I think that's why they just celebrated so much when they got that last elim. Solid stuff from them, putting themselves in a good position now for a potential Royale flush as this goes on. We're back over to Power though, and Etnix, who had an earlier exit in the game last game, but already do have some points on the board.
Oh, I like this, trying to break down this whole structure.
But there's a lot connected to that building. They're trying to take it down, but look.
I'm going inside. I need to heal up.
There's still a lot. Yeah, he's hitting the pickaxe out. I think they realized that since there was so much connected to that natural structure of the actual, Bass building, as people call it, it's like, yeah, there's at least 5 wooden pallets they have to destroy, and they're not even high enough to take fall damage, so it's not worth it yet.
Right.
That was a mistake.
Oh.
Or at least I thought it was, but maybe not.
That was so close.
I thought he panicked and tried to build, but instead threw a grenade, but there was actually someone there. And, as we peeked to the top left for a second, Blade did just make it out of the storm. Just wanted to update you there, but still the bottom right of your screen.
They're still fighting, man. Where is Etnix, though? I think Etnix... Oh, Power's taking a ton of damage. Okay, so now we see Etnix hop down. They rejoin. Okay, so they down one here. Heisel goes down.
He's super low, super low, super low.
Super low, super low. So now it is 19 health versus apparently another super low player. One shot from either thing. Again, getting to enough HP where he can't be one-shotted by an SMG or an AR. I would go after this bandage. Right now, I would go.
I'm gonna tear it down. Come here.
Oh, okay, so he's actually gonna break up his teammate on it and go for the res.
This is huge, especially because they eliminated the other enemy, so...
Bro, I'm so low.
Oh, he just got shredded again.
That was bad of me, dude.
Etnix goes down. It's just Power.
I killed him.
I have a mini, one mini.
Look, the player's still there.
That was poorly played by me. I got confused by my weapons.
And you hear
I'm
Etnix
not used to playing with an AR.
not making any excuses for, or saying, oh, this or that. He's just saying, hey, that was my bad. I made a mistake on where I had my weapons placed in my inventory. I really like that, not making up like, oh, he did this, he did that, I should have, just nope, being like, that was poorly played by me. Keep it up, man. Good luck.
Hopping over to Solary, Kinstar and MZ. They're just outside Tilted Towers. I think the circle is actually very far from them.
Il y a eu Mikalo, Robbie,
They're taking a fight. So MZ already has 2 eliminations. I'm not sure how many Keenstar has, but they're being built on. Wow.
A lot of shield knocked off that player, and yeah, it's a quick cleanup from Kinstar.
Dude, I love the way they separated. So MZ went up and took 2 shots to remove the shields, and then Keenstar just cleaned it up.
I didn't get to note how many elims Kinstar had already, but that's MZQ with 3. Kinstar, I believe, has 1. So if they haven't hit 5 yet, they're about to. And this is the duo that I called early on to be an absolute powerhouse. Seeing them now begin to succeed a little bit more does make a lot of sense. Back on over down to Tinny. He just got a quick elim there with the pump shotgun. He's got 2 to his name so far.
It was the drift guy. He was weak. Literally, no shield. Stay together.
Okay.
So what you just heard right there, and someone haven't touched on too much, was Tinny just called out it was a drift guy. He was weak. Literally no shields. One thing you could do right now to improve your callouts at home, if you're watching, if you're playing duos and squads and you're not calling out based off of the literal skin that the characters are wearing, he's drift with this. Hey, we got the Blue Knight with the Viking back shield. The little bits of callouts, every bit of information matters, because now let's say they're fighting a drift and a ghoul trooper, right? If you call out drift, if you go one of them's no shields. Which one's no shields?
Which one?
Drift, no shields, weak. I know what drift is. I know he's no shields, weak. That will let me, as a teammate, play differently if I knew, like whether I know that or not. You know?
Right.
They might drop
Here's
down.
Zacubus. He's an old Unreal Tournament player. I actually liked it. That's a great point though, calling out because that makes a great point, right? If you say, oh, one player is weak, and you see 2 players, you go, I'm just gonna take a pop shot at this guy.
Yep.
You tag him, and you're like, oh wait, he saw shields. I should have been tagging the other guy instead. So that's a great way to level up.
Mikolo and Roby, I just feel like are always looking for fights and fighting.
Oh yeah.
Like if I had to take a guess right now, and this is just me making this up, but I feel like this is correct, they've got to be in the top 3 or 4 teams in total eliminations so far in this.
That's crazy because it's actually 4. They are in 4th place.
In total elims?
In total
in points. Yeah, in points for
yes.
sure. But I think too in actual just straight up eliminations, I'm putting them in like my top 3 or 4 teams.
Okay. We have a replay coming in from Lei. He had just made it a storm. Let's see what happened there.
I mentioned 5 elims. He had 5 elims and there was 60 players off the lobby. Like, how absurd is that? And there's a beautiful hunting rifle headshot. Beautiful stuff. And now, look at how high up this build is. It gets to the point where you go to think, okay, what can we do to shoot this player down? 3 clingers still in the back pocket.
Does have the clingers. This is just outside Lazy Links. But you think they make the play here?
If you look, look through the cracks in the wood. See how we really can't see it, but look at how many builds there are. The reason why they haven't shot them down is look at how wide that structure is. Look, wow, yeah, you're not shooting that down. Look, they're trying to put some pepper into it, but I was wondering, well, maybe there's a chance they can knock it down. There is so much holding up that structure. Oh my goodness. That is actually absurd.
I feel like at that point...
That is like 10 wide. That's 10 builds wide.
I feel like at that point you just disengage and say, you know what?
They're adding more to it.
Might not be worth. Okay, here we go.
Oh, there was loot.
There was loot. Okay.
So this is where it becomes, and Gataga actually just got dropped as well. But it becomes a thing where it's like a maze, and there could be traps anywhere in here. This is where you just want to place a couple random traps.
And just hope, right?
Yep.
We know there's a player above them because we saw walls actively being built. That's like really...
Oh, they dropped down.
I don't know if this is the other player. It's hard to... No, this is not them. This is a different team, basically, because they're splitting their fire there between 2 different spots.
Yeah.
So there's still someone for sure above them.
I'm wondering if Mikolo has called out this medkit to his teammate. Oh, he got the okay, legendary grenade launcher. Absolutely deadly. This is what can swing the tide in their favor right now in this build battle. Tries to place on out the explodes. Now he's going to go ahead and ramp rush for the engage. Not sure if this player's taken any damage as of yet. Mikolo now flowing on through, takes about 68 damage.
That was a huge chunk, man.
I believe he was full. If not, some shield is gone. That's all that matters. As they begin to kind of push on forward, you see this player still trying to disengage, but Mikolo and Roby wanted them dead, but the big thing is Roby still has not grabbed this medkit that's up top. And I don't know if Mikolo called it out to him. But that's not a little bit of HP he's leaving behind. Call that out.
There it is.
Pick up that medkit. There you go.
There we go. That's nice. And that's that communication you talked about, as long as you call these things out.
That's going to put Mikolo up to full shields. Actually, they're both going to be at max.
Here, and so this is actually the team that they were engaging, because as you can see there, that was that massive... Whoa, but Isma
they disengaged into other enemies. And now
but it's Fnatic Jarl. Wow, a huge pick-off, lasering them both. Oh, that was a thermal. He had a thermal AR. That's what it was.
And that's and that could have been what did that 60 plus damage.
Oh,
the
yeah.
first player because of how much it does, you know.
Right. Over to the Solary guys, seeing how they're doing. Keenstar and MZ. So we know for a fact. Okay, so they have 4 eliminations because MZ has 3,
Yep.
and then Keenstar has 1. So they're very close to that 2-point threshold.
MZQ just chilling out for the moment.
Yeah, and they're on the very edge of the circle, so they don't really have to move.
Nope.
I think, as you saw, they were up on that hill there, and they're actually tracers firing toward it.
And now this is just good practice. Like you're not really seeing MZQ sit still at all. If you're even remotely near peeking out, you're staying moving. And it might be like annoying. You're like, I just want to get my hands at dang rest. It's muscle memory, right? For example, when I'm playing, I'll be playing with someone who. And this is a weird example, but I'll be playing with someone who's not. Oh, nice shot! And there's their 5th limb, and look, the high 5 instantly. Beautiful headshot. Doesn't get much better than that. But quickly back to the point I was bringing up. When I'll play with people who aren't streaming, and I go to like read off and thank subs or people on my stream, I'll still mute my microphone in Discord out of courtesy for them so they don't have to hear me. But they'll go, Jack, you don't have to mute your mic every time. I'm not streaming, you know, it's not like you're interrupting my stream. But I'd rather me mute my mic every time than not, because next time I play with a streamer, if I was not muting my mic, then I'm going to forget, I'm going to mess up. It's like muscle memory. You just want to keep teaching yourself, like, hey, if I'm ever going to be near peaking, I'm moving around. Right, you know?
Because the moment you stop, that's the moment you get headshot, right?
Yep. And Tinny actually just got hit by the explode there and knocked. These are looking well placed, too, to interrupt his teammate who's trying to make it out of the zone as well. Reflection and Hex already now with at least 2 limbs from Reflection. Wondering if there's any more on Hex. I think they're going to push towards his loot. Someone else is coming up the zone.
Clingers, dude.
Clingers are just so good.
Oh, man.
They are just so good. They're vulturing. They're going after this right now. These players just moved down the storm. Don't let them heal.
Roby! Oh, no! It's Roby and Harmy. Oh, I'm sorry, not Roby and Harmy. It's Roby and Wet.
This is not fun for them.
Oh, Mikolo. So many names to keep track of. But Mikolo and Roby were actually our 4th place team right now.
They're going to go ahead and shield on up. Get some HP going for the second. They haven't finished as a limb yet. Oh! See that
was
right
a
there.
trap.
That's the thing. These traps, these random traps, they can catch an opponent off guard so easily.
Now, as you saw, Reflection almost, but he broke the wall and immediately recognized it and backed off.
So what you just saw right there is one of the toughest things to do. His ramp was not placed the right way to give him an extra layer of protection. So while he was building that wall to protect him, when there was a second of downtime, he edited the ramp to face ramp up at his opponent to then build him a second layer. It's the equivalent of placing the pyramid on top of a roof when you're getting shot down from above. There, he quickly edits his ramp so that it's facing the opponent, so now if the opponent wants to hit him, it has to go through a wall and a ramp, and then he can continue to use that as cover and fall back.
Dude, pulling out the double pistols.
He's got 14 minis. So right now he's got 5 shotgun shells and the double pistols. That's his entire weaponry.
Oh, man.
He's got no explodes left.
Yep. He's got
no material.
All right, so he's deciding. No way. Oh, wow. Mid-air. So his Hex actually fell here, so it's just Reflection.
This is not fun. And I believe that sniper shot that just came in was from Mikolo.
Oh, dude, he doesn't have any mats. You know what's bad, too, is we just saw a team leave this area, and they're in that box just in front of him. So he's going to basically end up getting pinched. Yeah, this is them right here. Look, it's Mikolo.
I told you. That was Mikolo who ran away. That's a free limb.
Oh, it's Reflection.
Hey, look, is there going to be more pushing out of the zone? There are. Mikolo could have one of the clutchest moments of this tournament so far.
Oh, he tagged him twice.
That didn't count as a limb. That did not count as a limb. He's still at 3. He's still at 3. I don't know if they've reached the 5 threshold. I forget what Roby has. And I don't speak French.
Dude, he's just keeping the pressure on right now. There's only 15 players alive.
I'm wondering if this is a point where they say go for it, like go make this elimination happen. If they're 1 away, he knows it's a one-on-one. Does he just say, I just got to do it? Because he's burning a lot of ammo for this. There it is!
Nice!
Wait.
On a 2 points, Roby! La compte ta mère! Allez hop, je twerk!
I'm assuming they're 5.
You gotta think they're 5,
and
right?
I think he said twerk. I think.
On a gagné en plus $3 200!
Yeah, I'm not even gonna try.
I
took French for 10 years in elementary school and high school.
No, don't remember anything.
Je m'appelle Jacques.
All right.
J'ai été défoncé pour 8 ans dans l'école. Just move on. That's literally all I remember. That's all I know. That's literally all I know. French is one of the toughest languages to learn. There's too many tenses. I'm sorry to all my French viewers out there. But it's just, you have a very tough language to learn, or maybe I'm just not smart.
This is actually Herma and
they're our top team.
They are #1 team, so it's hard to tell because I don't know if they have any eliminations. Right now we can see here
Herma just
it doesn't look like Herma has any. Maybe B&Q.
If you remember, B&Q was the one back in the first game who had all the elims.
That's true.
So for all we know, B&Q is their slayer.
Yeah, he's like sitting on 5 already, you know.
And they're already in the next zone too. So when people start to move here and they've got to make some stuff happen, they're just going to be big chilling. They've got a launch pad 2 to reset these fights. Remember, first team to gain 13 points over the course of 10 matches wins. A victory royale is 4, 5 plus elims is 2. To get the royale flush, you need to do both. And right now, they are at 8 points in total, meaning if they get a royale flush in this game, they wind up taking home our tournament. But we don't know exactly where they stand right now with eliminations.
It looks like they're trying to get high ground here. Do you think they go for high ground, or do you think they should have just stayed low?
No, they're in an okay spot right now. That hurt, though. That hurt. And he's going to edit back down.
It's like, retreat, retreat. Yep. So this is the team that was just taking top shots at them, B&Q and Herma.
And we've seen how good Wex and Peyton looked so far. So absolutely very capable team. Could shut them down. What you're seeing right there for the hunting rifles right now, because of how the peeking has changed in the game in the last week, now when peeking, your head automatically is basically seen, right? If you're going to go above a structure to go to shoot, your head's going to be seen right away. They're going to bounce pad. They're going to go for this. Boom. They're looking to follow up on this build and catch these players off guard.
Dude, if they bust out the double pistols and get a bunch of eliminations, I'm going to freak out.
Here's the thing. Look at his ammo. Literally only is 18. They're chasing down Herma and B&Q right now.
Yeah, there you go. They're literally firing at them.
And B&Q just got so much HP dropped.
This is them right there.
He is so done for.
You know what? They're putting him in a weird spot too.
They've got to build out one wall and launch pad. If they can build out one wall and launch pad, I think that's their play right now. There it is.
Oh,
no, will it place?
There he goes. They're trying to get up. Okay, so
they're not expecting them. Why would you ever expect a launch pad like that? They've all got to move towards this zone. This is where people begin to really drop like flies. 11 people left. Herma and B&Q are top team so far, still alive in this one. They're getting the high ground. They're looking. Oh,
he built himself.
He botched the build.
B&Q goes down. B&Q's down. It's just
he's in the storm. And he's in the storm. This spells disaster, folks. I think the end is near. There they go.
Wow. You got to hope that they manage to find those 5 eliminations.
No, I just don't think so. I just don't think so. And now, just like that, it's 10-4 again. 4 players left.
This is paint.
Look, he's having to use a gray pistol because he's got no ammo.
4 players. I think this might actually be a 2v2.
These players above should win this 10 out of 10 times with the inventory I'm currently seeing. Oh wait, no!
Oh, it's
a 2v1v1. So I take back what I said. Only 102 health too. And Pate has been knocked. There's the 4th player.
Oh, so this is what's happening. It's essentially a 1v1v1 right now because one player is down.
Yep.
Uh-oh, that's a grenade. Oh, he finds it, but now he's in the storm.
Stuck in the storm. Go.
If you're the top,
shoot him down. That's why you're too high up.
That's
my gosh! Hey, listen to the laugh. That is the thing where it is.
First, you can't fall to your death, right?
Yes, and that is the worst way to go out. Taking Tim damage is not fun.
Yeah, Tim damage. Here we are heading in. Wexy, actually, we'll say that, and Pate. They're leading the pack right now at 10 points.
They're really stretching this landing right here. If you see he's popping his glider early, you never see this from top players in the normal games. They're looking to drop as fast as possible and secure weapons. When you make a play like this, right now they're surveying the areas and they're going to make a decision based off of what they see of, hey, where should we go? If there's a team going junk, they're not going to go there. If there's a team going haunted, they can go towards pleasant. If there's a team going pleasant, they can go ahead and stretch towards snobby. They're giving themselves options.
And that's really good to point out because we're gonna see where they decide to go. It looks like maybe they're just gonna go back toward. I mean, at this point they can't commit to haunted because there's definitely a team there. There's these houses here they could decide to go to. It looks like that's probably gonna be their play, but Here we go. This is a very popular spot to land. Pueblo, Cowboy Town,
Westworld.
It's got a ton of different names. I love landing here. This is probably my favorite spot.
Now remember, last game Le had 5 eliminations with still 60 players remaining. So he's absolutely a slayer. We'll see what they can do right now as they go to approach 2 players nearby. Clingers come on out, and that's going to immediately drop Skosis.
He's down to his teammates. So there he is right there. I mean, they're not building, so wow.
Did not miss a single shot with that pump. The use of the Clingers, and now how's he rewarded? With 2 elims alongside a compact SMG.
It's pretty solid way to start. And I think they might actually have this to themselves now. There's still a lot of loot left unclaimed.
I will say this: there is a few more, houses they could go through and loot on here. And someone actually flying on in.
Someone just.
Let's actually, if we can we cut back to that bottom right screen again? Thank you so much. They're done. They're done. They are done. Taboo and hashtag, I believe, just rifted on in, expected them to be weak, immediately eliminated there. And that is so frustrating if you're late. You just went from, hey, we got this whole area to ourselves to, what are we doing in match 6?
Yeah. And here we go, Herman, B&Q. So these guys need the Royale flush. They need to get a Victory Royale, and they need to get the 5 eliminations. Now, they could do it in one game. They could do it across our next 5 or 6 games.
And that's how they started our day today, was with a Royale flush. So they have the skill and what it takes to do it. But it's not an easy task.
I mean, when you're playing in a lobby full of other unbelievable players, it's tough.
It most certainly is. Right now, they're just looking around Paradise, trying to spot out whatever they can.
I love landing in Paradise. It's such a fun area to play in.
Oh, yeah. And they've seen some build go down by this little cabana to the left. 62 shield instantly dropped.
I'm not sure. Okay, so there's another team shooting from that house on the right. So this player was by themselves, and now there's another team in the house just in front of them.
Look at the healing they have available right now. 3 medkits.
3 medkits. Now, they don't have much in the way of shields, but I guess when you're seeing on 3 medkits, it doesn't really matter, right?
It's just one of those things where the more shields, the merrier, obviously, but the big thing for me is these are the early games elims that they need to reach that 5-point mark to earn themselves the 2 points. The 5 elim mark to earn themselves the 2 points.
I have to see what happens. They need to, we haven't seen if there's other players here. We know for sure at least there's a player in front of them. Maybe it's a player by themselves. Maybe it's a duo.
Yep.
But now at this point, they're making a ton of noise. And we actually saw another team, the Pride guys, they rifted in. So it's possible there's a team close by that could also make the same play.
Yeah, and what is this player on the right doing? They're getting super aggressive. B&Q now, no shields left. It looks like this is going to be the battle pushing towards its climax point here.
Oh, they're going in for it.
BNQ's not.
No. B&Q's down. They're trying to secure him.
He's in the water, though. The water saves him.
Wow.
No shark fin on his back, but the angel wings comes in from the heavens and saves him right there. B&Q and Herma can breathe a sigh of relief, as that might be one of the plays of the day. The second of invincibility. You saw that player in the pool realizing we are facing one of the top teams right here. Let's try to get this elim. Instead, he's invincible. The few shots of the Tommy gun aren't able to do anything. Because of it, his teammate comes in and saves the day. Herma, while he didn't get the most elims back in game 1 when they had that Royale flush, now with 3 already to his name.
This is the Mouse guys. Got a replay coming in. They down Kendine there. And they just, as you can see, you talked about it, just securing the elimination. Can they find the additional teammate, though? He's low. Oh, I don't think they had any mats there. Looks like, 110 metal, I bet.
Either way, it's a quick little cleanup.
Yeah.
Gataga's already out in this one as well.
Wow.
And I'm pretty sure in the background you can hear Gataga's frustration right now. They landed lucky landing. Unfortunately, not a lucky spot for Gataga, one of the legendary French YouTubers and content creators.
Now, here's the thing, though. If there was another duo, right? So they definitely eliminated one duo. If there's another duo and Gotaga managed to get some of those elims, if ADZ is at least stacked, they could try and go for eliminations at minimum, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. We've seen this a couple times for ADZ so far today, where it's like, well, he's the last one left. Let's see what he can kind of do, and it's almost like snaking out some limbs there. He's gonna go ahead, grab whatever loot is here. Has a good layout, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
He's got the drum gun, he's got the pump shotgun, he's got a hunting rifle and a scar. King Richard already out of this game, and Svenos is weak too.
And look at his loot. He doesn't really have much. You can hear there's a player that just dropped close by.
This is not fun at all.
Oh, he's on the building above him.
Yep. And this is one where, if you're Sven, you typically want to like drop a trap down and hopefully they can run on in and do this. And I think, yeah, these are the opponents.
Here's Apostle.
Strobel and Apostle. And my thing I'm taking note of is you've got Sven, who's got no mats, stuck in this house.
No.
And only 75 health. These two combined have 375. If Sven were to win this fight, he's a magician.
Yeah, and he'd be stacked going into any other engagements.
Yeah.
I've never had so little confidence in a fight victory to happen because of how little Sven has to work with.
Well, for a moment there, they didn't know where he is, but now that he's building, I'm assuming they're starting to maybe find out and hone in on him now. I think that one right there might have been Apostle in the army outfit.
Yep.
Oh, wow, they knew exactly where he was going.
Yeah.
Whoa!
So one thing I do want to bring up, and the reason why I say such a strong thing, like I have no confidence in Sven right here, is less about his skill and more about the fact that the balance changes to the shotguns especially have made that a scenario that you can really no longer win. And what I mean by that is you can no longer one pump someone.
Right.
If someone has 200 shields, the most you can do is what, 170 I think, with that blue pump. So if you hit them for 170 and crack them and drop them to 30 health, they can at least live to reposition, fire back, reset up, stop and heal. It's no longer just one person, hey, a quick shoulder peek and a bang can drop someone.
Right.
They've got that second chance.
Like
It's what's made, you know, solo squatting, for example. That's what used to make solo squatting a lot easier was you hit a couple nice one pumps and they weren't that tough to do. And next thing you know, you're in a scenario where you can take down 4 players all by yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're running away.
And now Apostle and Chef are finding themselves in Pleasant Park. 50 players left alive.
Can we just appreciate the bow tie and button-down look? Did he just, you know,
I respect it. I'm a bow tie guy
play
myself.
from church, or is this just what he rocks every day, or is this
I believe this is what Apostle does just on the Huge.
Oh.
This is just Apostle.
Cool.
They took a warp.
What's interesting is they're still within the zone. Oh, no. Herma goes down. That's B&Q and Herma. They got eliminated.
I only saw 3. I don't know if they had enough for 5. They got 5
They had
limbs?
5 eliminations.
No way.
So that means that now they'll be at 10 points, so they're still in contention.
Yeah.
So that puts 2 teams at 10. Can we get a check-in, too, if possible, with our #1 team as well?
It's the likes of Pate and Flexi.
Are they still in this? That's the big thing now. We know that the team then second did just tie them up to this point at 10 total score. We still have Mikolo and Roby, who we got to check in with. And yes, here's Pate and Flexi, so not much going on for him yet. It looks like 0 limbs here for Flexi.
Oh, they were hanging out at the villain base.
Yep, because if you remember, they landed just south of Haunted Hills.
Right.
The 2 houses there. Look at the metal, though. 622 metal, 572 brick.
Wow, and as you can see, these are the front runners right now. If they can find 5 eliminations.
And remember, the point update at the end of the game.
Right.
So, Herma and B&Q won't be represented yet. That will update at the end of this one.
I have to see, and they're kind of far from the storm. It's coming in now, but I think they can probably outrun it. Do you know if there's any rifts close by?
Yes, there are rifts that spawn directly east of them, which it looks like there's some build out where they spawn, so they might have already been taken.
Just got to run for it, huh?
There's also technically the rifts that spawn by Greasy, but they're close enough to the zone. They've got more than enough time to close on in here. They don't need to panic and look for a rift.
We've got someone fighting in the storm. Let's hop on over, see who that is. Replay of Tsukaba. These names. Oh, he's got no mats. Oh, wow. They find Rage Quit and Nova. Oh, but they're so far from the storm. They're trying to run. 35 players left alive. Mops and Gray Fox, they're just outside the circle. I mean, they still have a whole minute. They could farm up if they wanted. They can even try to loot up if they find a building, or even that shack right there might have something.
Now they keep just pushing through the low ground. They've already traversed arguably the scariest area of the map, which is the river. That is the spot where basically everyone can look down on you. And it looks like they're going to go third person this.
Yeah, they basically want to try and get these 5 eliminations.
Yep. I think they're looking for...
They're still pretty far.
Yep. They're also still not technically in the zone. They're close, but they're not technically in the zone yet.
I feel like at that point you just kind of run diagonally and try to cut them off. Because both of those teams have to run toward them.
Oh, it looks like here it goes. Remote explosives out. He's got 6 more in his back pocket. You can see the fights everywhere. That player's so tagged. He's going to double up on 2, and there goes Paradox knocked. The player up top, he knows that person's one shot as well. I'd be more worried about the drop in his own, but now there's also players watching them.
The Storm's only ticking for 1, thankfully.
No, now it just closed, though, and now it's hitting for 2.
2 for now, yep.
Yeah, this person.
He still has the C4
This person
out.
in the zone is not having a fun time. Not having a fun time.
There you go. Blows 2. Okay, so
they got
Paradox,
the port.
Paradox goes down. He had actually gotten down there.
I didn't get to see. He brought up the scores for a second. I didn't see exactly where they were at with the limbs.
You can hear them communicating. There's still one player. I'm not sure if they're in the zone, maybe? Hard to tell, but over to Mikolo and Roby. These guys are up in the front runners. They are the 3rd team right now. And they were actually eliminated at like a vital point last game, so we'll have to see. That was a clinger.
If they live through this, they'll be in a pretty good spot because... Oh, he just got hit hard. And as I say it, Mikolo now dropped. Roby can't have higher than 20 HP. Their game might be ending relatively soon.
It looks like this is them. Hex and Reflection, they're the ones. Yep, so Roby's down there.
Well, there's 3 teams here. I think there's 3 teams here because I don't think...
Yeah, look right there.
Yeah, and then Roby, I think Roby's just hit it.
Yeah. I feel like at that point they're like, just forget about us, fight each other, don't worry about it.
Right.
We're not here.
In Roby's perfect world, I believe he wants Hex and Reflection to push these guys. And then Roby can just go and try to, like, sneak res his teammate.
Wait, someone just went down. Mikolo went down.
Mikolo was one that was knocked, so they just got the limb.
That must mean that Roby's probably still alive somewhere?
That was the guys that knocked Mikolo.
Yep.
So this is that 3rd team we're talking about. Nice reactionary builds out of Reflection so far. Compact SMG so good at shredding those walls up close.
And they're just keeping the pressure on right now. They're not giving this player any room to breathe.
And they can't. Remember, once you get that advantage, you can't hesitate. You want to just keep hunting, keep hunting. They've already knocked his teammate. Here it comes.
Oh, that's Zach. Wait.
Okay, so he did actually get his teammate up.
But that was a separate team. So this
there you go. That was Roby now dead.
So that's 2 separate duos.
So they just got 3. They just got. I think that's 5 limbs. No. That was 4 we just watched.
Yeah, 4. That's outside if Hex doesn't have any eliminations on.
We know Hex has at least 1. So they're at 4, I think, in total right now.
Okay. Very close at the. But look at the zone.
They're far. They're far right now. Here's Peyton and Fwexy.
They don't have.
Remember, all they need is a victory royale.
That's right.
So they're big chilling right now.
Do you think they play for it though, or do you think? I mean, I feel like
yes, they're playing for where they have exceeded in the other games, which is going for the elims at the very end.
Right, and they got 2 back-to-back, right?
Yep.
They only need 4 points. If you're just tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, for week 3 we're playing Race to the Crown. Everyone is racing for 13 points. Victory Royales are worth 4 points. If your team can collect 5 eliminations, you get 2. And Pate and Fwexy are actually at 10 points. If they can get this Victory Royale, they're going to take everything.
So here's the crazy thing about this, right? I just listened in for a second. These guys are actually, he's listening to music while playing.
Oh.
Because certain players play more comfortable in different scenarios.
Right.
Some people like not having shoes on. People ridicule me for liking to wear shoes while I'm playing. Some people like it to be warmer, colder, right? They'll have hand warmers. People say all the time that they play better when they have some music in the background. It like calms them. And that's what's happening right here.
Yeah.
I can't imagine playing anything for money with music in the back. I need to be as focused as possible. I need to be able to hear any footsteps ever.
Yeah.
I want to hear opponents 300 meters from me.
Wait, you can do that? I guess only you can do that.
And a band. And a band.
Wo bist du gerade?
Hopping over to Mouse, Mops, and Gray Fox. They're just outside Tilted. Wow, oh, that just got everywhere.
So they basically baited that they were going to run away. So that opponent tried to edit out and get a free shot, and next thing you know, the shot comes on in, and there's the knock, there's the elim. Now I'm wondering if they rushed that because that was their 5th elim in total. Can't quite tell as of yet. Trap gets placed, so they're going to have to watch out for that.
Oh, that's like 4 HP. Okay, and that was Ukes.
That's now 4 from Gray Fox alone. You've got to think there's 5. Yeah, okay. That looked like he just said, let's go, and you see the little bit of a smile. I think that just put them at the 5 elims they need.
So they at least have the 2 points coming in. That's going to be huge. He puts his hands up.
Celebration right there. That was a beautiful play from Gray Fox. Beautifully baited out that play. He saw as they were starting to run away, like, oh, we're running, don't worry about us, and then turned back around. Player peeks for a second.
Unbelievable.
Look, he's like, what just happened to my game? I think a Windows update or something just kicked in.
Terrible timing, but here we go. Carnifex and Wetched. See, they're in the circle right now. There's still 21 players left. You actually talked about this, you know, people editing walls to build windows, peek out very quickly, take shots, re-edit it so it's back to a wall.
Yeah. And remember, every time they do that, the wall fully resets as he's now...
Oh, he's doing the Wrexham.
Get ins Haus, oder?
Okay.
So Hamry's out. It's just City Driver. So City Driver actually has 2 limbs as well.
And these are opponent's walls. These edits are coming on in so quickly from his opponent. He's just panic building, trying to get some control of the area that he's inside of.
He's actually navigating this really, really well, being very patient. It's cool that he's kind of moving and boxing himself in as 1-by-1s.
See, if you look, every time his opponent gets a wall down, he's trying to leave that box before they can use the edit to their advantage.
Yeah. City Driver's a phenomenal player, so if anyone can pull this out, it's him.
And this is still a little piece of Tilted Tower is still in play.
Oh, but look at the storm now, Courage. It's so far.
Yeah. And that's that's a valley, you know, he's going to have to traverse.
I just realized he has 9 minis, now 8.
Yeah, not too bad.
I think there's another duel here fighting, because this player right here in this box.
So what you just saw right there was, you see that second that, oh,
look, it is another duo.
It is. The second that you saw that ramp get placed, you saw how he repositioned to the high ground because he's expecting his opponent to edit out of the top and take the high ground back. I'll explain it more in depth when this fight is over, but for now, I think he's going to try to pop a quick mini. You heard his teammate just call it out. Reloading his weapons, and then he's going to peek on out and look for these elims.
He's got to keep track of so many different things. It sounds like there's at least 2, maybe 3 teams here. Maybe?
I don't think Harmy has any elims, but...
Oh, he almost... There. Oh, it's Reflection! Oh, wow. And now look at his materials, look at his ammo count.
He lives through this.
He's going to be great.
And look, this is that awkward thing. You gotta start just shooting through and trying to go, and it's so far, it's so fast. Here's that cliff. He can't go. That's the thing. Remember I talked about the cliffs? They can't go straight. You've got to try to build up it, and you can't match it. If there's no cliff there, I'd almost guarantee that he lives.
Yeah.
This is actually Gray Fox on the edge, getting hit for 8. Every single tick it goes by. I think it's 7 actually. And
he's gone.
He had 3 bounce pads. But you get to tell the frustration there. Surprised he didn't bounce pad. Oh my goodness. Fwexy and Pate are still in this, folks. Top 14. All they need is a victory royale to take this all home.
This is so close. Look at the storm. It moves again. It moves away from them.
That's far from them. That's a huge tag. That is a huge tag with the bolt action for 105. I'm wondering if they follow up on that launch pad. No, it's getting shot out. I think it just got shot down by the people who were close. Brilliant play by the people up in that 1-by-1 tower. They realize these guys are trying to push towards us. They want to use this tool to be able to advance their position as fast as possible.
Where we took the sugar pad?
Yep, it's Brit.
Apostle.
It's Shep and Apostle.
Gonna light them up.
Oh, he's got a minigun.
Oh no.
Someone's already been tagged. Their shield's already been hit. Oh, look at that.
No health. They're down to just raw HP now. I don't see how Pate and Fwexy make it through this. I just don't see how.
Out of bullets.
Okay, so he only has 50 rounds left in that minigun.
People right under me.
Wait, so everyone is just like trying to navigate around right now, trying to get that advantage to move into the circle.
To my base.
And
and this is actually big for Pate and Fwexy, is that right now Chef is being targeted.
So their enemies under me.
Or sorry, Apostle's being targeted.
That's actually a great point. That's a great point because he started using the minigun and then everyone's like, no, this guy has a minigun.
Yep, here they come. That should be a free knock. There goes
That's
Pate.
Pate!
And this should be Fwexy. There it goes!
Oh,
they will keep the tournament alive for everyone else involved.
This is it, top 12 situation. They got to run for their life.
10
he's
damage a
ticking
tick.
down. It hurts so
much damage.
This is really scary, Courage. At any moment. Okay, they're fine.
They're under me.
Apostle's no healing.
Under you.
Oh, 31 HP. Chef's fine though, right? He's got basically 100 effective health.
Yeah. Still has minis too.
Yeah, they're building.
You can kind of hear them talking a little bit.
Hex is still in this. Hex has 4 limbs. They have okay, so they've hit 5. So they're
okay.
They're getting 2 points for sure.
Okay. So they've definitely at least placed up in the leaderboards right now. Still top 12 situation. That's Chef right there.
And again, those edits. You just want to peek out and be like, hello.
It's me.
This is so tough. This is so tough. So what he's basically doing is every time they go to build, and he's going to try to match his height now. Look for the free shot and a limb just below. They've got to be contenders for the most limbs this match. Tagged up a little bit.
Oh,
Trap
no.
down!
Wait, did he get it?
No! Trap was dodged it. They dodged it.
But it looks like players are getting knocked out by the storm.
Another mountain.
It went from 14
Look,
players to
no
4.
one can get out of the storm.
He doesn't have
that
mats.
is it. It is that high mountain play.
Wow.
And there's the victory. Mitro, and his teammate, I actually don't know who
It's the Atlantis guys.
Oh my goodness. It's that, I'm telling you, that's like the 3rd game in this EU skirmish where it's on this awkward high ground and people just can't get up to it. Look at this.
Right.
No build.
And he has literally
sliding
no
down.
mats. Yeah. That's a difficult situation to find yourself in. So what can you do in those types of situations? How can you adapt your playstyle?
I mean, it's seeming more and more like the team that is furthest ahead that can build up. Because how many times you're seeing that people are getting blocked as they're trying to go up for that high ground, as you saw right there. I think 5 people, I literally think the last 5 people were eliminated by the storm. Because they're like caught in each other's builds. It's awkward. You can't edit them all, go quick. The team that was already up there and set up, they literally just sat with their arms crossed, like, oh yeah, we're good.
Yeah, we're in the circle. Don't worry. Man, that was unbelievable. Let's check out some replays coming in from this last match. Let's check out some of this action.
And this Gray Fox had a monster game. It all started way back in Flush Factory, the southernmost part of the map. They basically spent the entire game
running,
going north.
Yeah.
As we look here, went for the challenge. So the teammates Soren as well to help. He doesn't get the limb, but that's why they're a duo. This was the big save from Herma. And bang! That shot was just disgusting. Wow. But unfortunately, in the end for them, they weren't able to collect any points this game. Or no, they got 2. They got 2. Sorry.
Okay. This is the fight in the storm here.
Yep. While it was great that they got it, it's still tough to get out of.
Yeah. Right there on the edge of the map as well.
This was
dude. Yeah.
Player just edits out trying to get out of the storm. You know that they've got to push that way. Second one gets sailed right on in there. It's a reflection. That's how they got. He got his 3 limbs. We saw Hex had at least 4.
Man, what an unbelievable game.
The City Driver was caught in this awkward battle through this whole time, but even he fell victim to the storm.
Yeah.
Look, trying to build on it's just so awkward. See, you can't match the height of the builds.
Right.
That is the thing. You don't have enough time to go vertical in the storm when it's ticking for 10. You can do that when it's ticking for 1. But when it's ticking for 10, and most of these players don't have max HP already.
Right.
So at most you have 9 seconds. Probably more realistic to think the average is like 5 to 6 seconds to get out of there.
Yeah.
Not enough.
What do you do in those types of situations? You just like have to say, all right, look, there's like 18 people left alive. We know every game has ended because of this mountain.
I just think now you're going, well, we see the mountain. We know it's going to tick for 10. You just need to know that the storm is arguably your most threatening enemy. Realistically, there, it's like everyone's fighting the storm. The storm is the #1 enemy. We'll worry about the guy up top when we are not going to die to the storm.
Yeah.
Because at least we have a chance. They can miss. They can not do damage. The storm does damage when you're in the storm.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here for analysis like that.
Yeah. Storm does damage.
When you're in the storm.
When you're in the storm. Let's take a look at some clips from earlier on in the day.
Yep.
Let's remind ourselves of the amazing games we've seen.
And he doesn't have anything to spray down these walls. He's going to drop on down to the low ground. He can't even build around his teammates to protect them. It just shows how little loot they have.
Oh man, this was a really
HP,
scary situation
no
to
mass,
be in.
no good AR, no good SMG.
Oh,
that's that.
So close there. Civic Fine do whatever they can to reclaim that high ground, and then you end up with these really high build
Mikolo
battles.
has been one of my favorite players to watch so far. This is so smart.
Got it. Let me just
He
fall
knows
back.
that they're trying to, push him, get the elimination before
Yeah.
the storm closes.
With a trap.
And
That was
Existence
sick.
runs right on in. Expect someone to chase him. And it's
Right,
just like,
you
he's
wanna
like,
get
yeah,
cover you
that
can
was
get.
easy. That was that was
Right
an
with
easy bait.
200 IQ play. See, I just got to do it. He's
I'm
burning a lot of
loving the
ammo.
Mikolo
There it is.
Boom.
That was
When they found their
him
five
earning
eliminations.
5th limb.
Yep.
Twerks. as he
I'm
said.
assuming they're 5.
You gotta think they're 5,
And I think he said twerk.
I just laughed at myself, laughing at myself. That's super meta.
Yikes! Yikes!
Yeah.
No. It's what it's all about, man. I'm having a blast so far. We're halfway through.
Halfway through.
We're halfway through. We'll hit you guys with a leaderboard update in a bit, so you guys can see exactly where we all stand. But right now, we have teams contending for those final spots. We have 2 teams that literally just need a victory royale to take home that crown and the first place prize.
Do you want to see what the standings are? Do you want to take a look?
Yeah.
Let's take a look.
Wow.
Boom.
Wow.
I'm getting good at this.
Oh wait, maybe they don't have 10.
So, Flexi and Pate still 10 points. Herma, B&Q also 8. Look, Gray Fox and Mouse find themselves with 8 points now. And then the Atlantis dudes come out of nowhere. So look, there's 3 people tied for 6. So if any of those top 3 teams get the Royale flush, they're now at 12 points.
Yeah.
And then it's suddenly a new contender. You touched on this earlier. Anyone can come out of anywhere. Like that's the beauty of this format.
Anyone from anywhere. Folks, I know it's getting late on your Saturday night out there in Europe. I want you guys to wake up. Get the stream tweeted out. Use the hashtag Summer Skirmish. Let's keep the action going. It is time for match number 6.
Starting it off with Herma and B&Q. They're heading out to Paradise Point. I actually like this. I think this is a really smart and aggressive play.
Yeah. And this is where they landed last game, remember? The fight by the pool.
Yep.
С нами есть.
And right now, there's one.
Oh.
I'd say there's one east.
So it looks
there's
like
2
there's
teams there.
Yeah, it looks like there's 2 teams.
Ты падаешь на...
In Paradise Point, where do you like to land?
I'm a big fan of any corner house. Whenever I land at a hotel here, it's the struggle. But yeah, no, I like hotel.
Okay. Both Herma and B&Q have touchdown. So now we can find, I believe it's B&Q up top in the building. That's actually a really good spot to start once you land just outside of hotel. There's often a chest there, and there's actually a chest on the opposite side there and the other little cot. So have to see if he makes his way over there. You can hear them kind of talking. We definitely know there's 2 teams here.
Yeah. And that's, I mean, imagine if they fight both and eliminate them both. That's 4 already up the break, but it's tough because Paradise Palms is a small enough area where you can kind of traverse it and go from one side to the other in time. It's like it's tightly packed, you know.
Yeah, and
fights start breaking down, and anywhere that's not like if you're fighting in the middle of the city, anywhere around, you can be there in 5 seconds.
Yeah, and it's weird because there's a lot of interesting line of sights. Like you can build up on certain buildings, and suddenly you have high ground. A lot of the houses actually don't have like windows, so you can actually shoot into that. As you can see, that storefront there is just all holes, right? So if anyone was in there,
a lot of vulnerability.
Yeah, exactly.
Even with hotel too, it's just like it's all open. A lot of the main rooms because of those balconies. So
yep,
it's a great AR upgraded. I think did he just accidentally leave nades behind?
I think he might have. But hopping over to Reflection and Hex, they've landed in Retail Row. We'll see how they're doing. Words are difficult. 85 players remain. Wait, Wexi's down.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, Roby eliminated someone. For2 eliminated someone.
Some,
Çok az, çok az, çok az.
Mikolo is knocked right now.
The kill feed is going crazy.
Yeah.
City driver, no,
Ben
no.
öldürüyorum. Sen kal high ground.
There should be Grey Fox followed up on next.
Durumun ne?
Fnatic Power eliminates someone there.
İyi durumum ya. Sıkıntı yok.
Evin içinde adam olabilir Emre.
Gel şurada.
I wonder if there's any other additional teams here with them in
I
retail.
think Mikolo and Roby are already gone.
You think so?
Yeah.
Ben de geliyorum.
North
Have to
Stick'ini
keep
öldürelim
updated
bence
there.
ya.
I think there's actually a duo possibly sitting just right here in this building. Maybe they ran away. For anyone just joining in and tuning in, the format for this week is Race the Crown. Everyone's racing to 13 points. Victory Royale is worth 4. If your team can snag 5 eliminations, it's worth 2 points. Is that a... Oh, it was a rift,
Yep.
huh?
Vurdum bir tane.
They
ama
tagged
hiç
him once.
Remember, the points are tallied up at the end of the games.
Siyah. Nomsun üstünde.
Keep that in mind. Right now, the only way to actually secure a victory would be winning for both of these top teams.
Yep.
Herma would need a Herma and B&Q would need a full-fledged
siktir et bence.
Royale flush.
Anladın mı önündeki? 280.
That'd be 6 points. That'd put him at 14. They'd win the whole thing.
nuts. Yesterday's, if you're wondering how the format go, it went all the way to our final match, match 10, literally down to the final limb for the team to come from behind and win it all.
Yeah. We'll have to see. So they don't have any eliminations, and I think that team, whatever team was here, I think might have actually just bailed.
Var mı kilim?
And now they're maybe looking to make a rotation just outside of retail. I mean, overall, their loot's not bad. You know, they've got a lot of different opportunities. This is Herma and B&Q. Oh, wow, B&Q is down. But they haven't eliminated B&Q. Oh, he's kind of far.
Блять, ёбаный рот.
Herma taking a ton of damage. Oh, no, Jin finds him. So that's it, Herma. And
Stuck at
B&Q
8.
are down. They're still with 8
Fulova,
points. They
ёбаный
haven't been able. They've just getting shut down every single game. But here, back over to Mops and Grey Fox.
Ist noch ein Pump, wenn du willst.
Again, their loot's not super great. Looks like they're going to start making a rotation over to the Storm. The Storm is going to take about 3 minutes to close in on this circle.
Ja.
You can hear them kind of talking a little bit.
Du könntest einfach.
They also really don't have any mats, Scourge. They don't really have... I mean, now they're taking a little bit of time to farm, but it's not much.
Just to confirm, this duo does have 8 points.
Okay.
All of their points, unlike anyone else in here. So right now, the top 4 is 10 points. The team Flexi and Paid has 2 wins, and then 5 limbs in 1. The second place team is 8 points. They have a win and 2 time. They did it twice, so they got 5+ limbs. The team that's just below Grey Fox and Mops has actually a win and 5+ kills as well. But Grey Fox and Mops are at 8 points right now because 4 games out of the 5 we played so far, they've had 5+ limbs.
Oh,
so they are
wow.
absolutely one of the most consistent teams in getting eliminations. They've been slaying out.
Especially if they go to a tiebreaker, that means that it'll come down to potentially to eliminations. And that could be huge for them.
If that goes the distance, absolutely. As we're seeing them just farm up any little bit of material in front of them.
Just outside of Shifty, Shafts making their way inside the circle. They haven't really... It's interesting that there's still 63 players left alive. At the start of the, I guess at the start of our previous games, you've kind of seen that number be a lot higher. So this was a very high elimination game early on.
Yeah.
So it's definitely changed the dynamic of this game just a little bit. Hopping over. Oh, it's the Solar guys. Keemstar and MZ. MZ's down right now. Wait, is that his trap?
I can't tell.
Dude, that's...
Either way, minigun now being fired. MZQ, I think, about to be exposed. Could be fully eliminated here.
Look at the Storm.
Can start at a point where, oh, he couldn't finish the med kit. Couldn't finish the med kit. Zone pushing 2. And now...
He's got to clutch it up.
The end is near. So I face... That's literally what's happening.
Yeah.
What?
It was Ukes! They take down Ukes.
Now he's going to med kit. He's going to med kit. He's going to res his teammate. They're going to grab the other healing, and then they're going to go. They might get out of this both alive. Res?
If they have a launch pad, even bouncers would be huge here.
I want to keep checking in on that team to see if they make it out. I want to make sure we bounce back and forth here as they're still moving out of that storm. Because that's a key telling point.
Richard and Svenos hanging out, and Lazy Lynx We actually haven't seen too many people
There's a lot of shit around
here.
They're far. I think they're
It's not a good loot area.
Yeah?
There's just not enough loot for me from what I've experienced going to Lazy Links.
Oh, look, there's one right there. The grenades are coming out.
Trying to hit it.
So I'm really surprised they're burning all these nades right away.
You're close, dude.
Oh,
I'd rather see them.
Fingers?
I don't have eyes on that.
He just used 6 grenades for really nothing right there.
Yeah, that doesn't really feel worth me. And he just took a huge amount of damage.
I don't have.
Now, Svenos does have 2 eliminations, so if Richards has any as well, they're getting close to that threshold.
Oh, guy on me, dude.
And wow. Now knocked. King Richard by himself. Can he clutch this one on up? 2 players hunting him right now. Svenos was not instantly eliminated.
What's interesting is they decided to bail on Svenos. They downed Svenos. All right, so that was probably the right play then. Just ignore Svenos. Because typically some people might want to just eliminate him, secure it for that point, but Noki says, no way.
You know what
I'm
makes
going
it even worse?
What's that?
They get eliminated and then they just see them drop a chug jug for their teammate. Like everything we just did to lower them down was just erased by that chug jug.
It's got to be rough. Fnatic.
And you saw that the Noki guy?
Uh-huh.
Still had 83 shield and 82 health. Like they weren't even close to getting him damaged.
Right. Fnatic, Power. So Ednix is down. It's just Power. Power has 1 elimination just hanging out inside Risky Reels. And he's still within the storm, so I mean, if he takes the time, he could farm up all that metal. We've talked about that earlier. There's a bunch of look at all this metal. Just hanging out, sitting here. 3 med kits, 8 minis, a heavy, an RPG, a drum gun.
Yeah, his inventory really isn't bad. It's actually pretty solid.
Yeah.
Okay, look, there we go.
They made it out.
But the next storm is about to push again, and they're going to have to keep moving.
You can tell MZ just kind of leaned back in his chair, and he's like, okay, that was difficult. We got to do this again.
Yo, man.
Yo, what's up?
Yo, I got a kill. I am full looted.
Nice.
They're that duo
8
when
minis, 3 med kits.
you're pushing out of the storm.
I
And you
got
start
a
getting
EV.
shot in the back, and you're like,
I got a Thompson.
what? There's people behind us in the
Fucking
zone?
clutch it,
How is
man.
it possible?
Fucking clutch
They're that
it,
last
dude.
group.
Fucking ass computer, dude.
They're like, we're Solery.
Yeah.
We know what we're doing.
Ass computer.
That was really well played, though,
I just got
coming
the
out from
blue screen. You
Keemstar.
have a problem on your computer.
What problem?
We'll
So I
have
think
to see what happens.
From what Etnix is saying right now, he's yelling at his computer.
I need to tell you what problem.
So I don't think Etnix actually was able to.
No, it doesn't. It just says you have a
like
problem.
his computer might have crashed.
Oh, I see.
We talked about that yesterday. How a couple of teams, like one of the teams, had power issues at their house.
Right.
It's completely out of everyone's hands. There, he's saying his computer, and this is a team that's contending for one of the top spots. That's not a fun spot to be in.
Yeah. Carnifex, Wedge. Let's see how they're doing over near Tomato Town. So Power's actually not far from them, up in Risky. He's up more north from where they are right now. Still 50 players left alive. Oh, that's a huge structure just to their left, westish. Oh, but look at their Mats courage, 900, almost 700 and 300. They're
That's literally what I was going to bring up next. That's a fantastic point. They are in such a beautiful position with materials. The thing that worries me more is their ammo. Only 58 AR shots right now.
right. What's interesting is that he is also holding the minigun. So the minigun making a very prominent, I wouldn't even say comeback. I would just say just like appearance. Yeah, a surge. Is that the right word? Something like that. But yeah, we'll have to see 48 players left. The storm about to move. So I guess these players are hanging out just in front of Carnifex and Wedged. What's interesting is they have a Portafort, so I'm curious to see how they'll use that, because a lot of players kind of could use Portaforts offensively. They throw the fort out, and now you have high ground.
Yep.
You can use it defensively. Oh my gosh, they blew up our structure. You throw it down, and now you have a new structure.
Some people also use it as like a last-ditch effort to not take fall damage.
Ooh.
As you're going down. It's lucky. It's more luck than skill. You throw it down and you land on the tires.
Oh, yeah.
They soften your fall damage. But I do want to point out, we just received word on our players who've had the most eliminations. To point out just some crazy Reflection and Hex. Of our 5 games so far, twice they had the most elims. Game 2 they had 6 elims. Game 5 they had 8 elims.
Wow.
Le, as you would probably expect, Le in that game 4 when he had 5 elims by 65 people left. Well, him and his duo Dav, they finished with 8. Which was the peak. Game 1 Power, we knew that was at 7 with the most. And then finally Game 3 was actually a tie between Waycats and Twinkle, and Mikolo and Roby. They both tied at 7 elims.
Wow. So you go back to Mouse and Gray Fox. They're finding themselves, I'd say, in a weird spot. You know, you're at the edge of the circle, and you're not you've got low ground, right? And this is kind of like those weird spots that we've been in before where there's a mountain, these guys very clear off high ground, and it doesn't look like there's a team close by, because then we talked about this where that essentially third team comes in and tries to like eliminate one of the teams, right?
Yep. No, right now, it is awkward, but they still have a minute for the next zone.
He doesn't have like
It's LMG, man.
anything.
It is so good, though. It's shredding it. The reason why you're not seeing more aggression, I think, from Grey Fox is just because of how low on materials he is.
40 mats. I mean, a few rounds of AR there. He's got a bunch of shotgun slugs, but that's it.
And it's just an... This is... Oh, my goodness. I think this is a Loot Lake ending.
You think so?
I think this is a
Fights on the water? So apparently the Solari guys are just up on the hill from these two right here, Mouse and Grey Fox.
Oh, that's a big tag. And look, only 67 wood left.
Oh man, he's just they're forcing him to use up all of his mats there. But look, this is Airwalks. He's already he's down to 24 HP.
He tried to pickaxe.
Oh, he tried to pickaxe him. So that was Mops. Hunter's still close by. Keenstar, MZ. We saw them close as well. Oh, wow. Okay, so look, Grey Fox is actually down. It's just Mops.
And Mops only has 2 limbs. You see Grey Fox at 1, so they're at 3. So he would need to get a couple more engagement victories. And yeah, half of this zone is in Loot Lake. This is going to be a very interesting ending.
What'll be nice and nice change for the players is that there's no mountains involved. At least, oh, look, the Portafort. That's interesting, using it to kind of create blocking the line of sight there. So they can run up and then they have a little door. Boop.
Hey, we got the high ground.
Hey, hi, it's us.
No, I actually do like that a lot. It's so awkward building in the water because in the water, your first build is actually... It's deep
below,
in the water.
yeah.
Below it. So you actually have to use basically double the materials to use cover. So there, they open that chest, Portafort comes out, you're not going to carry it. Just use it as a way to block that line of sight. And now, they basically built a glorified 1x1.
Yeah.
Where they have walls protecting their whole back and they're looking to farm eliminations in the storm. This is why this duo, twice so far, has had the most limbs. They've already earned $13,000 in prize money.
Reflection finds 2 more eliminations. I think they're on that threshold again. This would be huge for them. Especially because I believe they're in, they're definitely top 20.
Oh yeah, I think they're like top 8. Maybe top 6.
Go.
I think they want to go for this.
Oh, Hex wants to go.
They want to go. Is he going to impulse at him? Please tell me. Oh, here we go, baby. My favorite thing in the world. Oh.
Oh.
Boom.
Oh, but he finds him. Oh,
there it is.
A ton of damage. I think that was Mouse.
That was Mops, right? That's Mops and Grey Fox out.
Yep.
Meaning that I don't think that they hit their limb mark they need, so they're going to be stuck at 8 still.
So if I'm not mistaken, I think they might. I don't think they're at 5 yet because I feel like they'd celebrate maybe a little more. So I think they might need 1 more elimination to hit the threshold.
You say that, but these guys are so used. Almost half these games now they've had 5 limbs.
That's actually a great point.
So for them, it's like they've already bagged 13,000.
They're like step 1. 5 eliminations, complete.
Now let's just keep going.
30 seconds here till the storm moves again. I mean, they're doing pretty okay on mats. I mean, they have a minigun with 738 rounds.
That's good.
Okay, all right. We'll have to see how that plays a factor in coming up. Oh, look at all this extra loot. That's minis, a bouncer, a head. Oh my gosh. Okay.
That was a huge amount of
but
ammo.
Hex goes down. Look.
What?
They pushed him. He really quickly runs over, grabs Hex's loot. All Reflection needs to do here is find an elimination. That's all he's got to do.
Those builds on that ramp up were flawless.
Oh, man. A gold heavy. Dude, 999.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, gosh.
This is actually the most loot I've seen a player have in both days.
I feel like at
max materials nearly. 10 minis. Power weapon. AR. Gold heavy shotgun. Bounce pad. Traps. This is the most loot I think I've seen anyone have.
I almost hope that he kind of waits and just says, all right, look, everyone build. Yeah, I'm not here. Everyone build. No, everyone build. And he's like, cool, I got this minigun with like 1,000 bullets. Who wants to play?
Fortunately, he's in a big fight right now with the players who eliminated his teammate.
Just outside the storm. Oh gosh, someone's basically on top of him there. He's got to try to get out.
It's so challenging to do that. Hit and edit while still trying to build and maintain your cover.
Yeah. It's essentially like two different things, right? Like two different inputs.
And you see how I'm mentioning you can't hesitate? He's not been able to use both minis once. Now down to just 25 HP. He's done. He's done.
Emre circle dışına çıksana. Öyle ölsene.
Oh man, so he's hoping that they decide to push him.
Öleceksin zaten her türlü.
I would have just tried to go for the mini. Oh wow, RPGs.
No, someone just went out with a bang.
Aşağıda medkit var.
Oh, they blew themselves up.
Aa, Kirikon oynayabilsin.
I think they just blew up. They just blew themselves up. There's a chug jug right there.
Aşağıda.
Wait, what?
Oh. Yeah, you hear, he just said it. Oh, he's like, oh, a chug jug.
Emre güzel haber. Yine almış.
This is actually interesting. That's like a really awesome way to kind of tunnel to where you're going, is to put the pyramid down and use that to tunnel down.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
How is he alive?
Reflection, poised to find himself a single elimination for those 2 points. The Solar guy still in. Keenstar, MZ.
I think this is their best game so far.
Very close. Look at that. Gold compact. Purple heavy.
No shields though.
No shield.
Total of maybe 20 shields between the two of them.
Wow, let's see how this is gonna, I'm pretty sure it's gonna get crazy very, very quickly. They find someone there. I couldn't see who that was. Oh wait, no, I think that's
Oh no, this person's in a rough spot.
Oh wait.
Oh, here comes a build battle. One's above him. Got to call him. His teammates behind him. And that player just snuck right on up. MZQ is down. Kinstar is down. They got flanked and they had no idea. And you see the frustration on Kinstar's face. Reflection is still alive.
Dude, I think that was actually Reflection, the person they were fighting at, but then they got built up on. Because they were shooting toward
the low ground. I love this. He's staying low. I think he's got to move. He's got another.
He got an eliminate.
So there you go.
What?
They absolutely hit the 5 elim mark again. Another 2-point performance.
Unbelievable.
He uses these pyramids better than almost anyone. I think I'm most impressed by his build so far.
Look at that, and you talked about this, just placing walls.
Claiming every wall. What I like most for him right now is he's close to the next zone. He's still got 999 metal, 3 med kits, and 6 minis.
Man, they're trying to find him here.
Oh,
it's a stink.
Look at how fast he is with the edits.
What?
He is the best editor I've seen so far today. Absolutely no doubt in my mind. 5 elims. Keep in mind, Reflection and Hex already in Game 2 had the most limbs to earn $6,500, and then in Game 5 had the most limbs at 8 to earn $6,500. They've done it twice already.
Yeah, man. There's still 9 players left in the game. 9. Oh, wait, there was a trap.
Yep.
Courage, you talked about this.
Telling you, man, I can see the future.
Nostradamus.
Putting random traps on walls at the end of these games when everything's a maze. Look at this. How can you even check everything at once? Look at how Reflections have to push this. He hasn't had time to stop and use another mini to get back up to 50 shield. All right. He's got a 6th elim.
He did, and he still has 1,000 metal. So whereas everyone else is probably using maybe brick, maybe wood, he's got metal, Courage.
His build is so good. It is so good. It is so good.
Wow.
And he still has minis and medkits to use.
So top 6. Nyx, Swayzen. We know Reflection is still alive.
That's all of Reflection's build right there in the water. Could this be the first solo clutch of anybody?
I kind of hope so.
Oh, and you're wondering why these guys are crouching behind a tree. Look at them. Look at their materials. Look at their inventory. This is the downside of having 0 kills.
Oh wow.
They can't even build up to match this. They've got to break the port wall.
Oh, but dude, Kurz, they don't have really anything. They have a few slugs, 20 rounds of AR.
They're in a. This is by far the worst position of anyone, and they're having to move towards the lake. I actually think Reflection might win this game.
What? He down Citros! And there's a player there that's taking Storm.
What?
Oh.
Now Reflection. 1v2. It's Reflection trying to go for it. They're in this build together. Reflection absolutely has more materials.
Look, and they didn't even.
Look, he's only got heavy bullets. He literally only has heavy ammo.
He didn't pick up anything. He was standing next to the body there of the player, and he didn't pick up anything.
Oh my goodness, this is absolutely winnable if you're Reflection. You're in a 1 versus 2. The one player has no build. The other only has heavy shotgun shots. Reflection trying to spray down for the knock. He needs to get some help. If you're in the team with 2 players left, Reflection bouncing around. He's got traps down, trying to stay hidden. The edit's coming on through. The man is by himself. 2 in there!
Wow!
But it's not enough! Nixon sways and finish with 4 limbs, and you hear the frustration. 1 away from the Royale flush. They will only earn 4 points, but still the... I love it.
But here we go. Getting to check out a bunch of our players. Let's see who we decide to hop into here first. Hopping over to Nyx and Swayze, and they actually won our last game. They took down Reflection to win. They basically had like no mats, no mats, no ammo, no weapons, but they still clutched the dub.
It's good having 2 players versus 1 player, especially when that 1 player is stuck in a box.
Yeah,
that's basically what happened. But Swayze making the conscious decision to go and pick up that drum gun is what changed everything. And this is just a weird land.
I was actually going to point that out.
This is like...
okay, sure. Yep.
Okay. Okay, bye.
Take it all back. I take it all back.
Okay.
So I think there was a chest here. There was a chest up top. There actually might have been 2 chests up top.
Okay.
This is the mountain just near Snobby Shores.
Jeez.
I really like that. So there's already 7 players that have been eliminated. Just make 8. There goes Derby. Carnifex and Wetch. They're hanging out, and I think let's see.
They had 4. They had 4 points.
So
they're currently top 13.
Yeah, they're 8th place, and they're hanging out outside of Wailing Woods. This is a great place for resources, wooden specifically, and they're getting built up on.
Now the drop comes on in. There's a quick cleanup.
Oh, wow.
Orkin now out.
Down 90 players. So Pride hashtag goes down. Hysterical goes down. Hurricane goes down.
One of our teams here with 6 points. One of the 2 teams with 6 points. Miklo and Roby.
Dav goes down.
Pushing in.
I love new Risky Reels so much.
Yeah,
so fun.
I do love the update.
Over to Nicolau and Roby. And these guys are actually, it's 6th place right now.
Nice shots.
Wow.
There's the 1 knock from Roby. That was a pistol from 61 meters. He's using all of his ammo.
Those shots are always super satisfying. Pistol elims.
And now I'm wondering if that was the last material used. Nope, they still have some more. This should be the pinch, though.
I like that he stops to farm the tree just for like a little bit more minutes.
Nice!
And there you go.
All right, so Roby picks up 2 elims. So if they did manage to get 5 elims this game, it'll put them up. Yeah, and then again, they'll be in top 5.
Yep.
They just need 3 more eliminations.
I think I just saw Power was knocked out or eliminated.
Oh my gosh. Players going down left and right, already down to 75 players. Fnatic Etnix just goes down there.
Yep, so Power and Etnix are out.
Yep. Hopping over to Hex and Reflection. We saw Reflection. This team has been unbelievably consistent. Reflection landing more than 5 elims a game. They've done it, what, 3 times now? 4 times?
They've already earned themselves, I believe, $16,750 in prize money off of just the 3 times they've... Well, the 2 times they've had the most limbs and the 1 time they tied it. Gotaga now knocked.
Wow, they find Gotaga.
This is Grey Fox and Mops, who, again, the other team who have had 4 of their 6 games with 5+ limbs. Pick up a couple there.
Mops and Grey Fox. They've also made them to the final circle several times. Man, this is only game 7, and you can just feel the pressure.
And it looks like Pate and Flexi have actually changed up their landing a little bit. They've gone to a more centralized location here at Salty Springs.
Salty, yeah.
And I think it's because they're playing more around going for limbs. In the other games, they weren't doing anything to fight anyone early on. They're at 10 points, which is still they're in the lead, you know, all by themselves. But you know, looking at it right now, I'm thinking their play style right here is let's play a little bit more aggressive off the early game. We know we can beat anyone in this lobby, in their opinion. Now they've got to show it.
Yeah, and if they literally in 2 games back to back just met 5 eliminations and then were eliminated, in the second game where they can meet that threshold again, they'd win because they'd have 14 points. Now that's outside of someone else, you know, lands a Victory Royale or Royale Flush and it comes out of nowhere as well.
And remember, there's still 4 more matches to be played.
Yep.
This one and then 3 more. So ton of time for teams to make moves, and oh my goodness, the laser comes from up top already. 70 shields gone, gonna stop and pop a mini to get back to 150. The bounce pad and the quick build up to look for the high ground. The edit now comes through, remote explosives being used as well. And you can hear some of the hectic callouts coming on in, remote explosives now, and just general explosions in general coming in from both teams. I think I heard some
grenades as
used. And here comes their retake opportunity. Flexi trying to stay alive.
Oh, nice. Oh,
both of them drum guns.
Yeah.
Gone.
Oh, wow.
Gone.
It's just Pate.
And that's not going to end well for him as well. There he goes.
Pate
is gone. That was Jarl. That was Jarl.
Yeah, and this is Herman B&Q, and B&Q Inter are Herman and B&Q are also down.
Wow.
Mikolo and Robbie, they're alive just outside Wailing Woods. So again, a lot of these top contenders are just being taken down and eliminated before they can get going.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's smart, though, you know, looking and saying, okay, this person's just appeared in the kill feed. We got to find him. We got to shut him down.
Down the spray coming on in. This is what Mikolo and Roby always do. If one player's spraying, one is building. They can make sure they can either outbuild or shoot down their opponent who's trying to build on up. The way they're backing up, this makes me think that he's about to pull out the remote explosives and try to knock this whole thing down. He's got 5 of them to use. Does he swap to him? No. Oh yes, he will.
Went up high.
His teammate actually just knocked finished the other enemy, limbed him. There's his own too.
Oh yeah.
Nice full pellet shot right there.
Oh, very close flick shot. Oh, and that's Harmy.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Now, we know that Roby has at least 3 limbs so far, and Mikolo has 1. Right. So at that point, they're getting closer and closer to earning themselves the 2 points they need to tie up some of these top teams. Now swapping to Reflection and Hex. Looks like they're in one of their first engagements of the game right here. Just pop it up and down. Worried about his back. I'm surprised he's not building walls behind him, but it makes me think that he's worried about Splodes being there. So if you place the walls behind you, it basically acts as like a big hoop for either nades or Splodes to fly on in.
Yeah, because you can just bounce it off, or if it's a clinger, it just pops behind you and it sticks to that wall.
Yep. You can see both teams kind of going for these quick little peeks. There's a smart ramp rush. One player staying back, the other one firing, and one ramping up.
I love how they're like splitting the enemy's attention here, kind of forcing one or the other.
There's the pressure from up top. Reflection going to look for the retake. Now the build on up has begun. He notices the one high ground push. And I think some of the structure was beginning to break, so he's going to go ahead and fall down to the ground.
Oh, someone's behind him.
Yeah, and this is not pretty at all. Down to just 33 shield. Doesn't have a mini, so it's going to take a full 5 seconds if he wants to pop a big shield to get those extra hit points.
Oh no, Hex is down.
Hex knocked, and the player was just so high up, and there they go. Just like that, Apostle
no.
and Nayu get the 2 limbs. Apostle already with 3, Nayu with 1. They're on the road to earning themselves some points this game.
Hop over to Grey Fox and Mouse Mops. Shifty Shafts. We've seen this a very popular place to land as of right now. They're going to make their way inside the zone. Loot's not bad. Mats aren't bad either. You can see they're super focused. And as you can see there by the standings, Grey Fox and Mops are actually 3rd right now with 8 points.
They're the last team that can win off this one.
Oh, dude, I think they both have scoped ARs.
Which we remember yesterday we saw the double thermal.
Oh, God, the double thermal.
And they were just picking people trying to go to build battle.
I mean, especially if you can line up shots together, you just start like crossfiring people, and
every time you body shot someone together, it's 72 damage with the legendary.
Yep.
Headshots like.
I think that's 75.
It's just too much. It's too much damage
Too much.
to withstand.
All the damage.
It's too much damage to withstand. I can tell you that much. This is the battle here from both perspectives.
So it's Tinny that they're fighting right now.
Yep, and Mops actually, I think, just got tagged by a Explode. And that's why they're saying pressure's being applied, but they're applying pressure.
Oh, but he cracks back.
It wasn't the full shield break, though, so he knows that this player still has some shields to work with.
Oh, grenades are coming in right now from that launcher.
That second wall just saved them.
Wow.
So what I'm looking at right now is only 105 total shield. It looks like they want to get aggressive.
Oh, he's got LMG.
There's a team shooting from the hill outside, though. Mops is now one shot. Does he have any more healing to use? Doesn't appear so as of yet.
Oh, they already downed it. Okay, so one of the enemy. Okay, so they got elimination.
Yep.
And then the enemy team that's fighting them now picks off.
Did they? I thought there was still one more alive in here.
No, that's why you got that res. There was only one kill in the kill feed there.
All right.
I just.
No, this is Tinny. Yes, he's still here. He's got 1 health. He was there. That was what they did. They panic shot that wall down just to get the guaranteed finish on the limb.
Oh, okay.
And Tinny is literally hiding with 1 HP. I don't know if Mops and Gray Fox even realize that. But he is just in a metal structure with literally 1 health.
He's got to be like 2 grid spaces over, right? Like,
Gray Fox is a great inventory for late game. I think he's right in there.
In here?
I think he's right there.
Wait, I think Gray Fox is probably pointing it out. Where is Tinny?
He's just behind the metal structure.
I actually think he's here. Yeah, I think he's in that behind this metal wall right here. Okay, no.
Okay. Not that piece of metal. There's more in there. Is he in that? He's in that. He's got to be in that.
That's the one.
He's got to be in that.
Okay. Willst du ihn fighten?
You got to think too. Tinny has 1 HP, and he just heard a metal wall go down.
Right. He's thinking it's his own.
Yeah. He's like, please don't find me. But they're not even like looking for. I think they honestly think that he might have been eliminated.
There he is.
Ich hab 5-3-2. Soll ich was abgeben?
Yeah, he's got to be. That's for sure where he's got to be, right? That box they saw right there. They're walking right by it.
Oh no, they have no idea.
That's a free E-Limb sitting on the table. Go back.
Ja, ich leg dir meinen Stein 370. Ich werd von der Seite geknallt.
On that hill, I think.
Muss kurz wieder heilen.
Calls out, let's go to the high ground. I think that's what they just said. I'm going to pretend like I just translated that.
Von oben.
That's their last minis, though. On the edge of the circle. They're actually not too far from the circle, honestly, at this point. Like you talked about earlier in the day, you can outrun it. Especially at this point when it takes a full 2 minutes to close.
Yeah, it's these third ones that you can outrun from anywhere. Tinny still with
how? If he even fall, like if he makes one
0
mistake,
explodes.
He's got a bolt though, a gold bolt.
Literally anything in the game isn't a limb here. The worst part of it all might just be. I mean, okay, this is the worst situation I've seen from anyone. Remember I talked about that earlier today? Like, this is the worst situation, no health. This is the worst situation.
Think so?
13 total material. No healing, he's got 1 health.
They've gone, right?
I don't know if this could get worse. The only way this could get worse is if that metal count said 8 instead of 13. Said he couldn't even build a single thing.
Build a single thing, right. He's got, okay, so this, like, all right. Let's pretend we're Tinny. Basically, if the wind blows a little too hard, you're dead. If you slide down a mountain a little too quickly, you're dead.
Let's go, bro.
If a straight bullet finds its way near you.
Oh my god, look at this.
He can't even reach them.
Oh, he's literally farming his way out of this round. And the thing is, like, right, if he finds even bandages, he'll be fine. But when you only have 1 HP,
1 chest, chug, bang.
That's true. Or a med kit.
Mops and Gray Fox still in it, so it looks like they're going to claim this bottom building.
Oh, you know what?
Or at least break all this material and then begin to move in with the zone.
So remember, they were the ones that were engaging Tinny, and they just bailed. Now they're in tilted towers.
So we don't know exactly where this team stands, but to keep in mind for everyone at home, this duo currently has 8 points. So the only way that they can win off this game is a Royale flush. We only see 1 elim for Gray Fox right now. Don't know exactly where Mop stands
Okay, wir
with his
müssen ja eigentlich einen
limbs.
Step jetzt hier zum Baum machen. Lass es mal so machen. Lass zum Baum gehen, 2 One-on-Ones machen, den Baum abfällen und dann weiter, oder? Du gehst
Okay,
einfach
so
davor,
now they're
ich gehe
finding
dahinter.
themselves inside the circle. I mean, they still have a minute, though.
They're just building around on the outside.
They're building a box. Interesting.
Rift genommen, 290.
They're playing for the late game. They're playing for, we only want to fight when there's
Wir
19 left.
könnten eigentlich
think
sogar ein
so?
Schwein haben,
I just don't think they have enough material.
Curious.
Ray Fox only with a total of around 300.
Yeah, and most of it's metal, which isn't bad, but...
Komm mal zu mir, komm mal zu mir.
They're looking for a pick here. They want to 3P this fight.
Okay.
Unten, der Otter, unten.
And they're trying to call out which one to tag together. Remember,
One of them has a scoped AR.
Mop's got a knock.
Headshot.
What?
Hast du gefinished?
That was on Swaney?
Swanee.
Wie viel
Swanee?
brauchen wir noch?
Oh, you're
4. They're at 4.
Oh,
Einer war noch
wow.
unten.
So that puts him at within
Siehst du,
striking
der
distance.
macht auf, der macht auf. Oh Gott, ich schieße
Oh, you can hear me. Oh, God.
Yeah,
Ich schieße es dir auf, der muss da irgendwo sein und healen.
they're looking for this. They're expecting if there's a player trying to panic build down here that they're probably weak, right?
Ich mach weiter auf, okay?
I'd assume they probably don't have much math
Had to
either.
give up the high ground for a reason. 2 hits, I
Ich
think
mach
they
weiter,
just
ich mach
got.
weiter. Ich hab
What a clutch scoped AR play there.
So good, man. Trying to spray down these walls, but he just
Ich
used so
hab
much
jetzt
AR ammo.
noch 39.
39 in
Oh,
total.
yeah, that's basically one clip, and that's without
Lass
the
mal
drum
dahin
gun.
moven.
The
Lass
drum
einfach
gun
dahin
and
moven.
actually the
Die wurden
LMG
von
are
links
both
woanders
pulling from the
beschossen.
same pool of ammunition, so
Nein, den hast du
he
doch.
needs something. I mean,
I
Vielleicht
think
ist
they're
da
gonna go
oben
for this.
einer. Da gebe ich dir recht,
I
okay.
actually like this. This is a high risk,
Schieß
high
auf
reward
den
play.
Scope. Headshot.
Huge headshot. They gotta go.
oh, wow.
They gotta go right now.
Der kann nichts mehr haben.
They've gotta go. He doesn't have the ammo to keep doing this. They can't waste too much time.
I wonder what Mop's
Ich seh da
inventory
aber
must
keinen.
look like, because I would assume
Jetzt kann er
if
hoch,
I'm
an der Treppe,
Mops
wo ich
and I
hingeschossen
have
habe.
ammo or whatever, I'm spraying Tinny.
Oh,
okay.
Again.
Wow.
guys.
He lived for a
Wir
long
müssen
time.
eigentlich-
health.
es ist nur noch
Yeah.
einer. Es kann eigentlich
And
nur noch
think,
einer sein.
remember you talking about that free limb earlier? If they eliminated Tinny earlier, they'd be at 5. They would
They
have gotten the
would
2
be at
points.
5.
Das Problem ist,
But instead, they're having to push this fight.
Oh, look, this player's trying to run for it. Okay, so the player's still got a
Still-
ton.
Ein Hit.
Wait, but that just got built.
Well, that just finished building. Brick does take longer to build than wood. That could have just been placed by him. I don't think they're too panicked about this. There's 2 more up the hill, though. And that's Nix and Swayzen, who we saw get the victory royale last game.
Oder zügel
They
mich,
just
sag
need
du mir was.
one more elim, and they've met the threshold.
There's really nothing there. On the bottom right of your screen for Gray,
Wir sind jetzt hier über
he's
uns.
down to just 88 mats.
7 rounds of
Wir
AR,
könnten es
dude.
einfach Assi spielen.
Now, keep in mind, he does have the drum gun.
Ich stehe hier gerade. Ich könnte versuchen,
That's
den in den Rücken
full.
zu schießen.
The LMG, I believe, is also
It
full.
looks like they're trying to play the zone and get the cross to the person.
Oh,
They didn't get it! Nick's got the elim, and now there's 2 full health enemies here. Nix and Swayzen should absolutely have the advantage with the materials they have. They're pushing on in. Gray Fox, bottom right.
Oh, he
Can't get the knock. And now it's Nix and Swayzen. No shields left trying to build on through.
Wow.
Oh, no.
Oh, wow, dude. This is a super. So this is the soccer field. There's 21 players.
So Gray and Mops are out. I do not think they earned any points.
Oh, no, they were at, dude.
They were at 4 because they never eliminated Tinny earlier.
Ah, dude, 1-8. They didn't even check the box.
I
and
don't.
they just
I wonder if Tinny knows what he just did. That is
knows.
that is tournament changing right there for that squad.
Wow, 4 elims so close.
1 HP was between them being at 8 and 10.
Now we see the circle. They're not too far from the circle, but they do kind of have to run through that open space. Zacubus and Kaiser are still here. I mean, Zacubus. So here's the thing: Zacubus has some AR, compact SMG, plenty of slugs, some mats, and they've got the high ground. I'm pretty sure a supply drop just landed like next to them. Where did that land?
Can't tell. There's some awkward elevations in this.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's like 3 teams.
I see. Yeah, I see 2 people low ground at the football field. We should just try and like rugby tackle them.
One's low, white hit.
Oh.
He's getting hit from behind?
And he's got no healing of any sort. That's why you build those walls to protect your back, see? Now he's got them up, but it's too little too late.
Launching.
Oh, they jump at it out. Now
I
the
think we just
circle
wait for
is
the next
starting
team
to
push
come
out and
in.
Just take them. I see them. Low tree on the right.
Do you think they just push and go for this?
I think they're trying to. Oh.
Fall damage.
Yeah, behind them. One's low.
Oh.
Down, Gib.
It was Nyx.
Sways him. Swing is nearby. Oh, they're in the zone.
Oh, no.
Oh, and he's blocked by his teammate. GG. Dead.
Oh.
Is that 5 kills?
Oh, wow.
5.
Yes.
They got the 5 they
Okay,
needed.
at least.
That's why he thirsted that so quickly. That's why he sprinted right at that down body.
Yep.
Swayze's still in this. But you can hear there's people right next to him.
So this is actually different because this is all
couldn't tell.
black ground.
I couldn't tell how many limbs.
Yeah, I don't know how many Nyx had, but Swazen has 3.
I thought it said 5, but I might just be lying.
Oh, when he pulled it up?
Yeah.
Autant que je récupère plus de kills et on fait la plus grosse game.
Yes. Je vais tenter.
They're so close, man.
Vas-y.
Storm comes in 30 seconds.
Attends, on a fait combien? Non, on n'est pas... Je peux regarder moi encore. Hein.
Je sais pas, je pense. Hein.
Remember this
Oui, je peux
update
regarder, on est con.
a couple months ago now to the edit feature.
Je sais pas, c'était mon mate, donc t'as pas
You used to
fait...
be able to edit and see clearly through when you'd hold the edits, and it would cause the game to play a lot slower than I think everyone had hoped. Now, when you go to edit those walls, they're opaque, meaning you can't kind of see right through them and get vision of your enemies, and it completely changes how these late game scenarios play out.
So Solary Hunter, Airwalks, they're just here inside the circle. Oh. So this is Sage King. I think he's above them. Yeah, there's walls being built below. I'm pretty sure he's above them.
Can't tell quite yet.
Well, the circle again moves away.
Yep. This is the zone where it just goes crazy. So again, these 2 players very high up.
What up?
We've discussed this.
They're trying to play themselves some opportunity to kind of build on down.
They might, honestly, it does feel like they're a little too high. Like, even if they fell from this height, if they fell like straight down, they would obviously fall. But if they fall just onto these structures here, they won't take that much damage.
And it looks like there's a huge platform holding this up, so this might be a little bit tougher of a game to knock down.
So they're shooting at someone. That person is shooting at someone else.
10 players left in total. Fail Rush and Rawl, 2 players we haven't really touched on at all today. There's a quick elim.
Okay, so they now have 2 eliminations on the belt.
His second of the game. That was Fixter who gets removed from the lobby. 8 players left.
Look at that gigantic
Swayze just got another.
Oh!
They got the 5 elims though. So Swayzen and Nyx will go from having 0 points at the end of game 5 to now at the end of game 7 being at 6 and being in our top 7.
Okay. Here you go, Fail Rush and Rawl. So I believe this is a 2v2v1.
Not a ton of ammo. Not a ton of ammo.
They've got the high ground though. He actually had grenades. I think he might have just used them already.
Here's Airwalks.
Wait, are those? Is that the Solary guys?
Yeah.
Behind him, watching the game?
Yep.
That's not stressful. Oh, he's going to be getting fired down at. Dude, they don't have much ammo. Like,
there you go. He's got dropped off. There you go. A whole 35. It's better than nothing.
Yeah. That's an extra 35 shots you can take at someone.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he just took 10 damage from the storm. If they're not careful, they're going to fall.
There's still 2 other players. Airwalks is 13 health.
Oh boy, I think he has bandage. Yeah, he's got 12 bandages.
The team all the way up top has 2 medkits as well. They should win this. They should absolutely win this game.
Wait, so where's the other team then?
They're at the very, very bottom.
Or the other
They're at the very, very bottom.
So basically, Airwalks is pinched between two teams.
Yes. From how I see this. Yeah, they're down there.
Oh, this is...
And now they go. One just got sent down. There you go.
Oh, look, he got his own floor there.
But they're splitting up. The other team at the top is now splitting up. And that was really all of Airwalk's ammo, it looks like, in the top left of your screen as we're currently watching. And here comes the med kit's being used. So they're sending one player down to try to go interrupt. He's going to get at least one limb. They're now dropped. Fail Rush using this med kit. This heal should win them the game. Yeah, he's got 2 med. Well, this one won't be popped in time.
It won't. It won't. It's coming down to the wire.
No, he's got to have it.
What's going to happen? Oh!
Let's go!
The final tick makes all the difference as Fail Rush out heal. Plug in. Let's go, baby. Match number 8. I'm standing up for this one. Stretching these legs. Oh, God.
He just kicked his leg over his head. Unbelievable. Hopping on in. This is Fail Rush and Raw. They actually won the last game.
Yep. And I do want to see if we can, I know we're not showing the full standings, but if we can just get confirmation on if that was a Royale flush or just a Victory Royale for them. We'll get that for you guys soon, but we're watching them off the break, showing them some love, because honestly, I couldn't have even told you they were in this tournament prior to this game because they were just at 0.
Right.
They weren't really doing much.
Yep, and then suddenly one Victory Royale changes everything.
Yep.
Hopping over to Mikolo and Roby, and they actually decided to land risky reels. And drop Kaiser immediately with C4.
Well, see you, bud.
And hey, look, a little reward is a launch pad. So, pretty good. Oh, they find him right there.
Okay, so it was just the Victory Royale last game for Fail Rush. 2 limbs off the break, and that is what Mikolo and Roby are known for in this tournament for me. Instant limbs, punishing their opponents for landing near them. Now they got big shields, they got launch pads, they got all this metal to farm.
Look, 2 loot chests. Oh my gosh.
This is beautiful.
They're setting themselves up here pretty nicely.
Clingers? Oh, they've already got remote explosives. The one thing you take over clingers.
The one thing. Okay, okay. I kind of like the clingers. I feel like the clingers just get the distance. It's interesting, right? Because remote explosives, you can decide, like, I'm going to place this here and I'll detonate it when I choose to.
Yeah.
Whereas the clingers, you can say, no, I can't control when. They detonate after a few seconds, but I can chuck these super, super far.
Right. So right now, Reflection.
Play some soccer.
Reflection. See a goal scored.
Reflection. Just go back. The ball's in the middle. Okay, no, he says, no, Zeke, listen.
World Cup's over.
World Cup.
This is back to Mops and Grey Fox. This is where we've seen them land a couple times now. Remember they had that lucky landing fight earlier?
Yep.
And now again here, they had the Flush Factory fight earlier. Now by lucky landing, we're just checking in through all of our top contenders.
It's actually interesting to see kind of where the top contenders have actually landed. We saw Mikolo and Roby, they landed at the top right half of the map toward Risky. These guys have landed in Retail Row. Grey Fox landed at the bottom left portion just next to Lucky Landing. They're all like staying away from each other.
And right there, you actually just saw the pyramid enter on in that main window. What I love right there is it's a sign of a great player. It can be used in a lot of different areas on the map. But when there's a little window to push on through, you actually drop a pyramid down, and you could sneak on in just like they did there. Like seamlessly just kind of goes to that window point.
A lot of players have already been eliminated. 87 remain. And it looks like they might, I don't know if they're too far from the zone, but it's definitely past Retail. We'll have to see. Hopping over to Nyx, and so actually the circle is kind of far because it's closer to Snobby. I feel like maybe, I don't know if maybe they just got here in Snobby, or maybe they've been trying to eliminate opponents, but...
Oh, so the new Viking spot, the Valhalla as we call it, it's actually going to be in play. This is southwesternmost zone, so we'll be showing a little bit of love to a little Greasy Grove loving.
Valhalla Village.
A little Greasy Grove loving.
So I named last week actually I named it Viking Village. I want to change it to Valhalla Village.
Yeah, I want it to be the only place on the map that isn't like an alliteration type name. I just want it to be called Valhalla.
Ooh, maybe. Okay, all right, noted.
So yeah, Epic, get that done. Thanks.
Hopping over to Carnifex and Wesh. They're fighting just outside of Tomato Town near Wailing Woods. sounds like maybe they might have won. What makes it difficult to fight in Welling Woods is that a lot of this tree coverage, it hides players, and as you can saw, suddenly they just drop on top of you. They're going for the high ground. The scary thing about fighting too is well, yeah, man.
Trees.
The moment you try to build,
look, right now he's being stopped by the tree. He's breaking it.
The tree branch.
It always happens at the worst part.
Mm-hmm. So your instinct as a player is to say, look, I know I got to get high ground, but these trees make that difficult. They block you off, and the higher you get up in the trees, the more there is to obstruct you. And then you're like, okay, well, I'm kind of like up high. I'm stuck in this weird spot.
Yep.
Like this guy basically just built a tree house because it's a box on a tree, literally.
Oh, that player down low. I'm assuming Swanee was out of materials.
I know, go.
Another tag with the pump. And with both spraying at him, the end should be near. There it goes.
Oh, there
Swanee and crew out again. Swanee, I love you, pal. Rough day for him so far, I think.
Fox and
Ich kann ihn einfach nicht wirklich contesten. Ich hab so wenig Muni.
They're in a little bit of a fight right now. 6 clingers for Grey Fox, though.
Ooh, that's the spot you want to be. I mean, unless I guess it was like 8 C4 to get 4 per.
He's kind of low on materials, so I'm thinking he's going to have to try to force his engagement soon.
Got him. Jump down.
Einer bei mir.
Oh,
ich bin low,
wow.
ich bin low.
Okay, wait, that was the opponent's ramp up. That was the opponent's wall up top.
They're gonna try. I think that's the play. You secure the elim there
and look at the
take Grey Fox out of the game.
Quite frustrated to say the least after that one. Continue to look on through.
Oh no, Carnifex goes down. It's just Wetch. Oh boy. Both players immediately emerge.
Oh, listen to that compact SMG.
Hopping over to Nyx and Swayzen.
They actually tied for the most of limbs last game at 6. There was 3 teams tied, so they'll split that $6,500 3 ways.
Yeah, it was Vato, Nayu, Hashtag, and Taboo, Nyx, and Swayzen. They all tied for most elims.
Vas-y, go prends la hauteur, je suis la hauteur sur tout le monde là.
You can hear him kind of talking.
Il y a un pompe chasseur, je le prends.
Do you think they should build all the way up here? I mean, I guess the structure looked pretty sound, but...
You can approach it way different when you have bounce pads.
That's true. Oh, that just kind of scared me, I'll be honest.
Right?
Okay.
Oh, there's a bounce pad there.
Yeah, they're just resetting now. Oh, they spotted him. Edit out. Beautiful edit.
Oh, he's down low.
Go for the loot. That for me tells me like this guy needs stuff. If he's trying to build at the random loot that's on the floor, he's really in the need of something. They've spotted the other one now, and that's why you worry about building high up, folks. A player now spotting them on top of the mountain nearby. Drop down to just 8 HP.
Man, what a huge hit. But he's got the bandage there so he can heal back up, but those are huge hits. And look, the storm is coming in right now.
Yeah.
They have 30 seconds to get to the zone. I guess they have the bouncers, though. They could actually make that.
No, they will. They will. They bounce.
Oh.
I don't agree with that at all.
You know what's interesting? The bouncers are actually like double-edged swords. You think in using one and going up, there's like an advantage, right? Because like, oh, I have high ground. But what's interesting is some players prefer you because you're sitting duck, right? You go up along an arc, and then if you're good at tracking, you just go sick. You're here, I'll just track you all the way down, and you just take shots, and that's what you saw happen there.
The big thing right there is that they're actually able to get res.
Yeah.
Because it's only the first zone closing. It'll still only hit for 1, and they're pretty close, so they're going to get out of that alive.
Hopping over to Reflection and Hex, they're finding themselves walking in a tilted tower. It doesn't look like they have any elims. Maybe Hex has some. We'll have to keep an eye out for that. But I mean, their loot's overall fine. You know, you've got a drum gun, you've got the bolt with 16 rounds, and you've got the shotgun there. 17 slugs, not too bad. Oh, but they're pushing up on someone.
The hip fire.
It was Pate!
Pate is gone!
Wow, so our first place team, one of the members has gone down.
These guys are slayers, man. I love watching these two.
You got to think, too, as Reflection and Hex are like, look, we took out Pate. This is huge.
Yep.
So if Wexy's still around, it's just him now.
Kinstar and MZQ. One of the teams that I said to watch out for, in my opinion, haven't really done too much today.
Oh, wow. Threading the needle. The loot actually almost fell off the map.
They can't even enjoy their new loot or heal.
Oh, boy.
You see, the second those clingers land, you watch him run away because he knows players are so confident with their ability to instant explode them.
Yeah.
6 kills et du coup, ils se partagent le cash de la top kill.
We didn't see exactly where they were. I think maybe MZ was kind of closer to them. Backward to Hex and Reflection. So Reflection finds himself that single elimination before. Again, that was on Pate, one of the 2 members of the first place team. So if Flexi is still alive, they're down to 1 player.
They're playing the edge of the zone. And this has been what Reflection of Hex have done all day. They set up right on the edge of the zone, very early, and they just peek out and take free shots on whoever's trying to push on in.
Check it out. It's Venos and King Richard. Oh, what a sick spot to look out. Oh, wait, was that Mikolau?
This guy's one shot on me.
They're both so weak. And the storm's pushing. The storm is pushing.
Oh, wow. So now they have to med.
I got the one guy knocked below you.
So Mikolau is down.
There they go.
Oh,
Mikolau and Roby
wow. That's it. So Mikolau and Roby, again, have been shut down before they can get going.
I need meds.
Richard has, like, no HP.
Saying I need meds, and look. And the storm.
That's going to be, was it 2? Is it ticking for 2 right now? It's still 1. Oh, no. He might have boxed him in by accident. Oh, no. That was for 2, and there we go. For 2 eliminates both Venos and King Richard. So now we're hopping back over to Hex and Reflection.
They're just big chilling and tilted.
Dude, I feel like they have so much right now.
They're just big chilling and tilted. They need more AR ammo. Late game, how much spraying have we seen of walls now? I mean, at this point, trying to cut them down.
It feels like every amount of ammo matters, right? Like even if you like let's say your buddy has nothing and you give him 30, even just like it sounds like a small amount, but it really does change the outcome of these games.
100%. 100%. You have to be very vocal with your inventory, with your team. You know, how you guys doing? Where you at with mats? Remember yesterday, the amount of times we were here? You know, I have 800 wood, 200, 300 brick, 200 metal. You both kind of know exactly where you stack up.
Is he going to take? Okay, he took the C4.
So he dropped the sniper for 4 C4. If that doesn't tell you how important those explodes can be, I don't know what will.
Yeah. There we go, little ammo box. Oh, it's already been... No, it hasn't. He just popped it.
Yeah, I guess he's worried about standing still, but, I mean, at this point, you can't be doing that.
That could have been, you know, more heavy bullets for his drum gun. That could have been more slugs.
Yeah.
That could have been ammo for Hex.
Yeah, that was awkward.
So this circle moves outside of Tilted. I'm assuming there's no one else here, right? Because I feel like at this point, if there's someone else here, you can kind of, as long as you're a few grid spaces away, you can kind of hear people breaking stuff.
Look at all those huge bases on top of the hills already.
They're all just 1x1s with little pyramids on top.
Yep. Have fun fighting that, my friend. Have fun.
40 players left, Courage.
And this one is something where now they're so low on the ground. They've just got to hide in here. Hide in the basement.
That was a 2x1 made entirely of metal that looked 6 high. Okay.
And look, you can see literally farming every piece of metal he could possibly grab. So key. Is he going to pop this big shield?
Would you? I mean, it only give you 29.
The thing is, you kind of always think about, like, next fight.
That 29 can make a difference, yeah. I mean, in last game, we even saw Tinny.
Pushing it from tilted. I think.
Alta girsene gel. Binle gel.
Yep, there's someone in there. There's got to be someone in there.
Gel. Alta gel, alta gel.
There you go, going back to farming that metal.
So with the way you edit with the ramps, you can still see through it like that, which is just a quick little peek from him. Over to Jarl and Tinny. They're in some big build battle. Buff Shifty.
Oh, he tried to make the edit play. Oh, no.
Not on me, on me, on me. He's finishing me.
Oh, man. Pride hashtag drops him there. Back over to Hex and Reflections. Looks like the team here knows where they are. They're trying to break through to them.
Keep in mind, they show themselves. They're back outside to those mountains.
Right.
They could get tagged very easily, so they're trying to just keep themselves covered. Here comes the remote explosives. One in. There's the knock.
Oh.
Second player spotted. There's a quick tag.
Oh, wow. So they find 2 eliminations there. No, it was actually...
They haven't gotten the second yet.
Yeah.
They haven't gotten the second.
50'lik var. Alsana şunu.
See that laser the moment the C4 exploded? One of those players was down because Hex said, I got this.
Right? They're just quickly resetting.
And you mentioned this earlier, man. Reflections, building, and editing.
So good. It's so good.
This guy's got to think in 3D.
Here comes nades. Here comes nades.
This is actually Hex here. Hex actually has an elimination. This is pretty good.
So they're at 2 right now. And this is what I was talking about with showing themselves towards those hills. Trap is this place, so they're just turtling up for the moment. They want people to forget they're even here. We're not here. You can't see me. You can't see me. It's basically what they're thinking.
Oh, there you go. Transferring the half shield there.
That was almost all their shields left.
Yeah.
They had 2 big shields, and there they go.
Man, now, here's the thing though, right? They're on the edge of the storm, and on the edge of the circle, so they're going to be okay. But still, it's just like a weird spot to be in. We've got a team that kind of knows where they are.
This is a terrible zone for them.
Oh, wow. Yeah, they have to go up the mountain.
There's going to be like 3 mountaintops in this zone. The one right above Shifty, the one that's right between Shifty and the soccer field, and then the one just up top there. Oh, this is rough. This is rough.
İçeride bir tane trebim var.
Oh, that's Dez.
600, 500, 470.
That was still in the corner building.
Alırım bir şeyden 300.
Oh, here's Lolito.
He's only got 47 health.
Man,
Jump
this is really tight right now. So there's still players within Tilted. There's players taking pop shots from hills across the way. There's a giant structure there. Oh wait, no, Lolito's near them. Oh wow, that was a trap they placed. He's literally next to Hex and Reflection. They're in that building.
Yep.
Lolito is literally outside the wall here.
And keep in mind, Hex and Reflection right now on the leaderboards. Currently top 4 with 8 points. They need 5 elims to earn themselves 2 points in this one, and currently they're only at 2.
Look, here's Lolito. See, he sees them now.
He's only got 24 health.
They're doing a great job of just placing different cover and different. Oh, he tagged him though for 36.
He tagged him twice there. Look at the shields now on Reflection, very low. And this is just such a bad spot. Their launch pad's gone. Their launch pad. They try to take the fast escape, and it gets shot down.
Wow.
Dez is just ruining their day from down low.
Luckily, though, Hex didn't take too much fall damage. It was a significant amount of fall damage, but...
Oh, gold scar, okay.
Oh, no, there's someone there. Is that Lolito?
Yes, with 24 health.
How?
He elims him.
Dude, he hopped inside the 1x1 as he was being built.
Wow. What a turn of events. From 24 health and both of them in front of him. One of the top slaying teams. He's able to elim one.
Lolito is still within... Okay, so Hex manages to find another elimination.
Finished him, yep.
Oh, wow. So, yeah, Hex comes back, picks up the elim. So, I think Reflection has 1 or 2. I think it might be just 1.
He's going for it all right here.
Hex can find 2 more eliminations.
There's 1.
Okay, that's
one
Nova.
more. Right? Yeah, he needs 1 more.
1 more.
So now he's just got to be a ghost.
Yeah.
He's got to shoot someone in the back. 1 elim earns them 2 points to put them at as the second team. That would be at 10 in total.
Oh, my gosh.
Is there any other top teams still available? Can we quickly get a check on that to see who's still pushing for this? So the big story right now, Hex, I think most of them have been taken out. So Hex really the one that can make a major move for his team to move up the scoreboard. Remember, it's first to 13 points tallied at the end of the game.
I think someone's already shooting at him. Oh, dude, he's running out of mats. Here's the Solary guys. They're still in this. They're up. Oh, they're actually within the zone they've built up. And we saw this from week 2. Once the Solary guys identify a spot and they can hold it, they just build up, and it makes it very difficult for enemies to push up into them. Especially, I mean, they have, I guess they only have some mats, right? We'd have to see what Keenstar has.
They're actually, there's one team like below them there, but then another team below them on the other side. So they're like awkwardly trying to look down. They're also getting rocketed at. Teams are recognizing that this duo is in the best position right now.
Yeah.
The next storm, so they're like kind of focusing their fire towards this.
What's good is they have a lot of mats. They have good mats.
Kinstar is 4 limbs, so they've already got 5 limbs this game.
Okay, so they're going to net
Kinstar is 4 and MZQ is 1, so they'll at least get, you know, themselves 2 points. And that'll put them up to 6 as they become into our top 10.
Yeah,
they enter our top 10, sorry.
And they split the wood there, so Keenstar is just passing. I think Keenstar had around 600, almost 700, so he's just splitting the wood there. And look at this. Hex is still alive. Raptor on the prowl. He needs 1 elimination. I feel like at this point, too, if let's say you roll up on a duo and you down someone, you just have to focus down that kill. You just have to secure the elimination.
Here they go.
Oh,
no. Remember, Hex needs 1 more limb to earn his team 2 points. No shields left. He's so nervous right now. People just next to him. No shields left. He needs a free limb. That's what he needs. He can't get in any sort of actual build battle or stuff like that.
He's just trying to be patient. 30 seconds, the storm starts moving. He knows someone tagged him from behind, but doesn't know how many players were there. So the Solary guys, okay, so here we go. 15 players left alive. Solary still up top, maintaining high ground. We've got what looks like a duo down there. We know for sure Hex is still alive. We know there was a player or 2 that tagged him.
They just dropped down and they're starting to play the low ground.
Oh, no, it's for 2. Dude, that was, he placed the floor trap and said, I'm breaking down your floor. I hope you can fall in this.
There it goes.
Is this for 2?
That was them. This is now Kinstar and MZQ.
But like, is this for 2 here in front of them?
Oh, I'm not sure. I don't
actually know because they placed the floor trap.
There's the edit.
Oh, wow.
There's the first knock.
Storm is coming.
That's BNQ. That's BNQ and Herma.
Oh, no.
So our other team at 8, I don't know if they got themselves the 5+ limbs they needed. Oh, he's out of mats.
Keenstar has no mats.
He's out of mats.
He split it with MZ. Oh, no, he took a huge hit. He can't go down here. Just eliminate him. Yep, you have to just take him.
Oh! He gets both!
Oh,
dude, they're absolutely winning the 6,500 for this game, by the way. They're absolutely 6,500.
So he has 7, and I'm assuming, how many, did you see how many?
Oh my gosh, 2 med kits. They're going to be able to full heal.
Oh, dude.
They have 9 limbs. That might be up for our most of the day so far. Impulse is a campfire. Do they go back in again? There's so much loot. I feel like they have to go back in one more time. They have to. Oh. They got 6 impulses.
Oh, man. Yeah, 90 limbs is currently, I believe, the most. But 2 finds both.
What was that?
Wow.
They just got dropped instantly. Was that?
Well, look, like for 2 has. Oh wait, so for 2 has 4 elims.
Yep. Jeez, they're just trying to spray through and get through the storm. Look at how much damage they just took. One right next to him.
There.
Oh, they got
one.
They got at least 5.
Okay, so there's someone above them right here. Oh no!
Oh, and that's it. Supremacy now.
Okay, so this is, I believe, a 2v1 because if it's both Supremacy, if the Supremacy guys are still alive.
Vado just trying to build as much as possible down to just 16 health. This should be done and dusted, folks. Vado building as much as possible. 16 HP is 1 bullet to any AR for the final limb.
Courage, I think this is a 1v1v1. Because if Nayu was still alive, he'd be hanging out with
pyramid.
Vato.
Stuck. He's trapped. Trapped.
Oh man. Dude, if that... Oh, come on. Oh, it was Atlantis. It was a 2v1, so it was the Atlantis guys. We saw them pick up a...
The summer skirmish going on throughout the summer, presented here by Fortnite. So much fun on my favorite game in the world. Still, more and more competition to come. If you ever want the chance to play in one of these, you're looking for one of those hot invites, well, guess what? Your chance right now. This weekend, play in the Solo Showdown limited time mode, perform well, and that is your key to having an opportunity to play in one of the future weeks, and there's still many more weeks to come. I believe 5 more weeks of action.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Ein Team wieder Lucky Landing, eins
We'll have
wieder
to see,
Pallet.
but this is one of our front runners,
Zwei
Mouse
Teams
Mops,
Pallet.
Twitch,
Ja. Und dann
Gray
dritte
Fox.
alleine
Pulling
ist
up
da
the
irgendwie noch
standings here on the
rumliegen.
side. You can see they're actually, I believe, in 4th place. Yep, there they are with 8 points. So in theory, if they walked away with 5 eliminations and a victory royale, that's it. They're at 14 points and they can win. But the same could be said for Herma and B&Q, as well as Reflection and Hex.
Yep.
And I mean, honestly, watching Reflection, you can tell he's warmed up. He's ready to go. We've got 2 games left.
Yeah, and there's some things to point out in this one. Pay attention to that engagement feed in the bottom left of your screen. You know, you're already seeing Harmy get a couple of limbs and knocks. Keep track, and for yourself at home, it will help to keep some mental track for yourself. You saw, for a second, he farmed some materials. Strictly said he can build up to this chest on top of the stone head. So grab that loot and go ahead and finish farming for that full 100 stone. Artifacts and Wesh off the break.
Okay, and it looks like they are going. What do you call this location? I have a name. I want to see what you call it.
The place that no one goes.
What? You don't call this treehouse?
Oh, yeah, I've been here. I played almost 5,000 plus games of Fortnite. I've been here twice. I'm not kidding.
You're crazy.
I'm not even exaggerating.
I love treehouse because you can edit it. It's just like player. Oh, what? There's a player out there by themselves. That's I mean, that's like the very edge of the map.
That's seriously no one goes here is what I call that.
Noted, noted. Outside Wailing Woods, Carnifex, Wedge hanging out. They've got some okay stuff going on. Some materials. Dude, what? Okay, that was Kraus. So now his teammate is making his way inside Wailing Woods.
So we're just going to follow this up right away. Great movement so far. No damage taken. And yeah, you see those builds. It looks like that player trying to sneak away.
There goes Kraus. Goes down. And look at that. Now they have some of the loot there.
Stacking the medkits too.
Yeah, man.
I actually really like this inventory right now. But they just don't have any shields. That's the bigger issue of the two.
Shields or mats, really.
Yeah.
And it depends on how far they have to go. Hopping back over to Mops, Gray Fox. They're within the circle. So it's interesting. You can see the circle here. They're on the very edge of the map. And the circle is actually like...
And they're real happy with this. They keep playing in this position. They go all the way to the bottom near Flush Factory and Lucky Landing. And then they kind of move north. It looks like there's some fights going down in front of them. They're going to begin to push towards this.
I mean, they don't have much. Whoa! That was Solary Hunter as well!
Noch einer Headshot.
2 shots on his ally. What?
2 low.
So weak is that player who is not.
Oh,
there it is, the 2-piece.
And look, that's a ton of loot.
Yep. There's more in there. He gets another tag. This could be quick limbs off the break. They're moving on in.
Oh, look at this, Courage. They find ammo. They find mats.
Compact SMG.
Oh, baby.
They're in a beautiful position right now.
Schwarze Klamotten.
Gray Fox and Mops really looking for a vengeance after a quiet last game.
Yeah.
Trying to turn things around here. They know there's still someone close, probably just trying to escape.
It looks like they might be running.
Yep.
Where are they?
They've got to be close in this electrical.
Do you think... I was going to say, do you think they're right below them right there? Or...
Check every corner.
They didn't... Yeah, that's where this gets dangerous, right? Is anyone can hide in any corner, really, especially here near the dance club.
Ich auch nicht.
That's my favorite spot.
There he is.
Oh, yeah, he was right there beneath them. He didn't even see him.
Nope, done.
Oh, wow. So that's... I believe that's 2 more elims going their way, right? Or is it just the 1?
It might have just been 1. So I think that puts them at 3 in total.
Wow, what a great start.
But either way, 1 more 2v2 fight that they can win, and they're in a good spot. Now back over to Herma and B&Q. Haven't seen a lot from them from early on. They're getting tagged right now. Herma down to just 13 shields. Going to pop this mini to put him back to 138.
We'll have to see how these players can perform in these final 2 games. They've been headhunted a lot. So we'll have to see. Do you think the strategy going into the final 2 games is, especially if you're kind of up there, because a lot of these players need a Royale flush. Oh, that was Harmy! Oh, it was Harmy!
And Harmy had actually an electric start to this game.
Oh, no.
They want to push the agenda right now.
You know what's interesting? Courage, you talk about this a lot, and that's when you're standing still. And Harmy gave him Herma just a small window. And
here's my #1 tip. Play Fortnite when you're peeking anything, pretend like there is always a sniper aiming at you. Oh, the compact SMG. This is when it was made for, folks.
Dude, but look at that. He placed a wall trap there.
Yep. The launch. Wait.
I think, yeah, he had to abandon
launch
his
pad.
teammate.
Yeah, he's just saying, I'm out of here.
I mean, at this point, they have to play, right? He's play your life.
And there'll be 2 minis there. I'm wondering if he's going to save one for being Q or use both. Looks like he's just going to use both.
Wait.
Oh!
Did that hit? Did he come back? Oh, no, this is Hex. This is Hex. Yep.
Oh, no. So that means Reflections with him, too.
Yep, Reflections here.
That's the deadly duo right there.
Dude, you can tell because it's Raptor. I'm picking it up.
No one uses that. No one's using Raptor so far.
Except Hex. So here you go. So there's still...
B&Q we know was weak. So I'm wondering if they find
Where is he? I mean, he's covering a lot of ground here, kind of heading out toward the buildings over here. I don't actually know where B&Q was.
Yeah, they're frantically searching.
Yeah, I mean, they know, right? They're like, okay, that was Harmy, so... Hopping over, Carnifex and Wedge. They're hanging out just outside of Tomato Town. Oh,
yeah,
dude, they're going for the dual pistols. Possibly one of my favorite weapons, the weapon I cannot hit anything with, but still my favorite.
Oh my goodness. Is this player really about the 1v2 clutch?
Nope.
Ich habe 2 Medkits.
That was close.
And he just called out, I have 2 medkits.
Oh,
Hast du den oben gelootet?
We actually have a replay from Hex as a dive bombed in there. Let's take a look at that. So as you can see, he immediately sees the box go down. He says, I'm a Raptor.
No hesitation.
Boom.
I'm wondering if the player in the box thought that was the same teammate, that was the guy's teammate who was weak.
Maybe.
Who was like up top and he was like, oh, he's just coming for vengeance and we fight that because he played that pretty confident, like, oh, I got this. We're in a 2v1.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, nah, it's Reflection and Hex, pal. Gray Fox and Mops. They were in a spot last we saw where I believe they needed 2 limbs to earn points and they just got a knock. So right here,
they just need to secure this.
if Gray Fox can get this final limb, I think that'll put them at 5 for this game. Which would put them at 10 as well.
Oh man, then they just need a victory royale. I didn't even see who they knocked. Did you see it?
Oh, I didn't get a chance to notice.
These fights are so cool. So I think the player, wait.
Third party.
Oh no.
They're getting third party. That's the worst case scenario for them right here.
If that... I think he's saying it's Hunter. It's hard to tell.
Oh,
I was gonna say, they're just sitting in the bush.
This is awkward now. They're still at 4.
And the storm is gonna move in 60.
That only hits for like 10 or 9.
At that range, yeah.
Mops is knocked.
Oh. He needs to get over there. Yeah, they're gonna secure Mops.
Now, Gray Fox is strictly playing for 1 limb.
Oh, I see.
Oh, there it is!
Finds it. Okay.
There it is.
They've got 5 eliminated. Okay, so this now means that they will have 10 points. So they're now tied with Atlantis Metro and Margin, as well as Flexi and Pate. Yep.
Nice.
Wow.
Jesus, that was clutch from Gray Fox. One of the most important moments in the tournament so far for that squad.
No, not us.
Carnifex. Knock right there. Will they finish off the next limb?
Oh, it's Michelob.
Michelob is so elite. He got hit hard here, though. Yeah.
Oh, but Wedge finds it. No, so that means Michelob again has gone down.
Dude, I feel like they're always fighting.
They really are.
Roby and Michelob are just always fighting.
This just makes me want to play Fortnite so bad.
Right? I mean, you saw I was playing on my Switch.
Yeah.
As we were warming up for the show.
Wie weit muss ich? Ich kann gerade nicht schauen.
All the gear down there. Oh, there's someone there.
They're like baiting it out. That's why.
Oh no, he tried. It was Wexy.
How much health does Flexi have? So Flexi has 4 limbs.
They're so close.
Flexi has 4 limbs. But we do not know if Flexi's teammate, Pate, is still alive. And the reason why we haven't swapped too much to those players, guys, because they're not streaming anymore.
Yeah, they decided.
Because I know there's going to be people being like, why aren't we showing them? Trust me, we'd love to show them. But it's the player's discretion if they wind up deciding.
What is happening over there?
That is absurd.
What is even that?
I'm going to tell you a Grey Fox pro tip.
Just don't.
Just don't. Apparently he wants it. He wants to go for this. Okay.
Dude, seeing building like that is terrifying. I'm going to be honest with you.
Great tracking with the mouse, but unfortunately not able to get the hit.
There's another team here. Oh boy. He's going in now. Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, he's in a 1v2 situation. Oh my, okay. Oh, it's the Solary boys.
MZQ, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Oh, okay, yeah, I was going to say, now it's starting to make sense as to why this fortress was just
this is actually
laid
important
down.
to bring out. MZQ has 2,000 plus materials already. 9 minis, 15 bandages, a campfire.
Did you see his ammo count?
Yeah, they're in a fantastic position for this game. Kids start MZQ are winning this game. Calling it right now.
You think so?
Call them right now. Early call. They're going to be at 12 points. It's going to be a Royale flush.
No way.
Yep. I can see the future.
You are Nostradamus. You've not been wrong yet. We'll have to see. Stay tuned. But look, he's still in the zone.
With an hit for 2.
Yeah, what's interesting is that MZ actually has a ton of stuff. So, yeah, look, as you can see, they're probably going to start splitting things here.
Campfire.
Oh, what a great find.
So with the campfire, you just want to heal with bandages up until you hit around 50 HP because the campfire heals for 50. So you want to heal yourself up to above 50 and then let the campfire
just top you off.
Finish the end from 75 to 100.
This is Reflection and Hex. So they are up there right now with 8 points. They need 5 eliminations and a Victory Royale for the Royale flush. And they could take the whole thing. Only courage. Only 30 people remain right now.
It's going to escalate quick.
Everyone's getting unbelievably bloodthirsty. You can tell.
Build behind him. I like this. Again, right in the zone. What are they going to do? They're going to try to farm off people who have to push them.
I just realized he has the thermal scope there.
Whoa.
I'm excited.
That could shred.
Especially as people are running toward him from the zone. One misstep and you expose for just a second. And Reflection's going to land a headshot.
Yeah. 70 plus damage.
Have
fun.
He's got the compact with over 300 rounds. The tac. 2 different sets of meds. Bouncers. Almost 900 woods, and I mean, don't forget they have 8 points. I believe as of now they're 5th. Oh, look there, you see the 1x1 going up full of metal, which is now turning into a 2x1. We'll have to see, but Hex and Reflection holding it down right now. I don't know if you guys can see this, but just Reflection's left, south. Look at that structure. Something happened there.
Something bad happened.
I always look
at this. He's looking at mini villages get popped up.
I mean, okay? So what I like about the thermal scope they are is that you can use it because it's thermal, right? Thermal vision. So you can look out and you can see heat signatures. You can actually see players moving.
Yep.
Do you think there's a yeah, here we go. So you can kind of see there's a player right there.
You can also see players through walls while they're still building.
Yep. So you can even see what you can see loot chests, and llamas, supply drops, llamas, chests. They all give off heat signatures. I feel like me as a player, what I like to do with this is I just use this to scout. Just poke out for a little bit, look around, see what there's to see, and then I can say like, okay, I know that there's this many players kind of roughly close by.
Remember, there is pros and cons to using something like a thermal. It's got a lower rate of fire while it does do high damage, but it cuts off a lot of your vision. You have to expose yourself, to be able to peek on out and go for those shots. Right? So it's a high-risk, high-reward play.
There you go. Again, just scouting. See, he's just looking.
They're going to have to move a little bit into the zone. Back over to Hex and Reflection, who are still alive.
Oh, man. Someone just cracked a shot over there. Oh, look. So they're actually right next to this supply drop. They decide to go for it. There's that terrifying structure again. If that is explodes, if that is... Okay, so they find a heavy... Ooh, an impulse.
Wow, look at this inventory.
Oh, look, there is explodes, Courage. He's got 4 remote explosives now.
It's a good problem to have.
They're building up. Oh, wow. What an awesome angle to just put down damage there.
Shreds coming on through. Hex gets a knock on one. There's the remote explosives. The spray. He saves his teammate. Teammate has been saved. And now they're trying to get this res off. If they can do this, what a position they'll put themselves in.
I feel like he's still a little too exposed there. I think he might be, man. Because if there was someone up in that crazy structure, if they're looking out, I mean, they're sniping down at an angle. Oh, this is scary. Please don't die. Okay. Got the med kit, and look, another med kit.
Another. Oh my ammo. Oh my ammo materials. Oh my ammo materials. More combat SMGs. More remote explosives. A Scar. 8 remote explosives. 9. 9 C4.
Wow. 3 med kits. This is huge. What are the implications of all of this stuff?
They've got all the tools they need to potentially set themselves up for a Royale flush. They're at the perfect amount of limbs. They don't need to force engagements until the end of the game. It just comes down to them clutching up from here on out. And we know Reflection's late game building is some of the best in the lobby. And he's got 1,500 mats. He's going to get fully healed here. They've got 8 more minis. Oh, geez, folks. This could be the beginning of something special here. Kinstar's still alive, too, and he just got a knock out of Nyx. It's important because Kinstar and MZQ, as well as Nyx and Swayze, both have the same amount of total points.
Oh, man. Courage is when things start to get very claustrophobic very quickly. 26 players. Solary guys are still up. Keemstar and MZ, we've seen them just pulling off tons and tons of eliminations left and right. So MZ's currently sitting on 1. So the Solary between them have 1 total. If they can find 4 more, it's going to get them 2 more points. And I actually love how they're utilizing walls to create windows, and then they can use those windows to peek out, take shots without really anybody being able to fire back. Ukes goes down. Atlantis just took down Ukes.
So Atlantis is still in this too. So we've got multiple of these top teams who could contend for a victory right now, who could take home this championship, still alive in this game. There's Apostle getting a knock.
Simbek goes down, 22 left.
See how intense these builds are now getting.
Alright, so they're spreading out. They've got 1 mini a pop now. Okay. It's interesting to see someone like Reflection build, and then, you know, you think about it as like 1 person as they're like building and editing. And the Solar guys are doing it as 2. They're staying together, and they're just like creating openings. They're just going up and down, changing elevations.
They got the low ground. The lowest low ground.
Oh, they're moving with the storm here.
Yeah. See, they want to make sure every wall in their build is claimed by them.
Oh my gosh, there's people literally above them, Courage.
Vato just got knocked.
That was by Pride hashtag. He finds Paradox, secures the elim. They picked up a launch pad for sure.
Yep.
And a bunch of minis.
So they only have 2. They have 2 total limbs. That's it. Okay. Hex and Reflection. Oh, so there's the new zone. But they're absolutely still in this.
Oh man, you know what'd be funny is if someone was like, let me just try to break through this thing. I'm gonna walk and follow these guys, and then they just find a bunch of traps, and they're like, oh okay.
Okay.
I changed my mind.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Someone has a grenade launcher.
They're not in a terrible position for moving to this next zone. They have used a lot of, at least from the side of Hex, Reflection, sorry, he's used a lot of his metal. Looks like they're going to have to move on out here soon. Two players very close. Apostle and Chef are right next to these guys.
Storm is about to move here in just 15 seconds. And keep in mind, we're moving outside of the current play space into a brand new area.
Kidstar, I think, just got knocked.
Are you prepared?
Kidstar and MZQ are out.
Yeah.
Teddy just knocked and eliminated them both.
We gotta move.
Wow.
So that'll be 0 points for Kidstar and MZQ.
And then look, Swayzen eliminates Teddy.
So Swayzen and them might be moving towards potentially having some points on the board for themselves.
Hex and Reflection still in this.
Here's the builds you're watching. Heat. They're getting sprayed at.
Oh,
gotta go.
The storm. Oh, he
One close.
Oh, what a smart play.
Reset, but this is gonna throw him right into the fray of all these enemies.
Oh, do you hear those rockets?
He's like overwhelmed to where people could be coming from right now.
All right, Reflection just needs to slow it down. Wait, was that? Okay, no, that was that's Hex. That's Raptor. Look, and yet again, the storm moves farther away. Oh, wow!
That's a huge limb from Reflection. I think they need one more limb to at least earn themselves some points. They've got to try to reset this fight.
That means Apostle's the only one left. They dropped Chef here.
Haven't been able to heal yet. There you go. Mini's now being popped.
Look, Apostle up high. Apostle really doesn't have any mats either. 6 AR bullets?
He's basically got the clip of this weapon. And he's getting pinched. Here's the thing. Now that this 3-piece coming in, if you're Reflection and you want to get involved, who's going to get it? Reflection got it. But uh-oh. Hex is now down. Reflection's by himself, and there's the zone. He's got to go. We've seen him get this close before. If there's anyone in this entire tournament that I believe can do this. Oh, no, it's Metro! It's Atlantis. They're still in it as well. Atlantis, if they get the victory, they end the tournament here. Fixter by himself. I believe it's a 2v1v1.
You and him. You're 1 versus 1.
No, this is 1 versus 1.
Wait, who's in it? Is it still Metro?
Yeah,
I think it's still Metro. Metro, this would be to win the tournament.
Turtle, be the turtle.
This is to win the tournament for Metro.
Oh my gosh. It could all be over here, ladies and gentlemen.
Metro firing shots. We know how weak Fixter is, trying to get that high ground now. Metro trying to keep him low, only 100 health. It looks like he's forfeited the high ground for the moment. I'm not sure if he has any build left.
I don't think he has anything left. I know he had a few rockets.
Fixter only 76 HP. The storm is hitting him. He's gonna fall. He can't fall to his death. The storm is closing. 12 HP. Metro with the elimination. The victory royale. And we've crowned ourselves a winner, folks. Atlantis coming out on top.
Wow. Atlantis coming out of nowhere. Back-to-back dubs, and then they say, hey, what's up? We've been here the whole time. You said game 9? No, I'm just kidding, Courage. No, you said game 9.
No, there it is. A beautiful victory at the end. Those explodes so key. It's only right that he's on the high ground with those rockets, then drops on into the low ground, basically does what we say. As that's rotating, drops on in. It's so awkward because when you're up top, you're having to fall. He's shooting out the floors. Down to the wire, but I believe that is going to secure our victors for the European division of this week's Summer Skirmish. It should be Atlantis.
I believe so. We'll calculate final standings to see where everyone falls. We have confirmation, though. It is Atlantis. They will. But we also want to see where everyone else falls on this leaderboard. So let's, in the meantime, got some replays from this match tonight. Let's take a look.
Mikolo and Roby, who started the day so hot with these limbs, just really couldn't get anything else going. I believe in the first 3 games, they had already had 6 points or something close to it, but then really nothing much else to show for it.
That was a pixel on the screen. I don't know how he saw that, but he said, don't worry, I'm going to pick up 2. Gray Fox, I like him.
Brilliant stuff. And Gray Fox, you remember later on in this game, he actually wins. When Mops gets knocked, he actually gets that final limb to earn themselves 2 more points to put him at 10.
Yeah, he does.
Boom. That's why you can never sit still.
Hex, Reflection, they say we're going in. Raptor, dive bomb. Oh, you should have done your pterodactyl. I'm not going to.
I don't think the people out there need to hear that. I'll save that for my personal stream.
There's Herma. B&Q falls sometime after that. Mikolau.
And wasn't it Herma and B&Q who after 2 games were at 8 points? Weren't they the ones that literally could have won by match 3?
Yeah, they could have.
Here we are in match 9 with them still at 8. It just shows. It just shows how it is so tough. It is so tough. This was Reflection later on, saving his team. Remote explosives out.
This was so clutch, man.
You watch Hex get knocked, and then boom, brilliant aim with that compact SMG. But in the final moments, it's Fixter. 26 health, gets tagged by the Storm once. He's so high up that if he drops, he'll die to fall damage. And there's the leap, tries to go for it, tries to go down, and he's having to worry so much about builds. Worrying so much about builds that Mitros is there and says, bye-bye, friend. So that's the victory.
Huge play. We have final standings. Let's take a look. So your victors coming in on day 2 of week 3 will be Atlantis, Mitro, and Majin. I can imagine that they are happy. Fwexy and Pate coming in 2nd place. Gray Fox, Mops,
and this
3rd.
is why that game was so absurd. In that one alone, we had games earlier where only one person in our top 8 earned points. There, +4, +2, +2, +2, +2. Yes, 0, but then +2, +2. Literally, everyone almost in our top 8 earned points there. It was down to the wire, packed with the best seeded teams after our 8 games. But in the end, it's Atlantis with the total victory at 14 points. There's the rest of our breakdown. 27.
Look, Teddy, we saw him picking up a bunch of players, and look at that, they're top 20.
Wow. Final moves there.
Woo!
To get on through a ridiculous day and week of Summer Skirmish competition. Again, congratulations to Atlantis. They secure the $60,000 prize pool breakdown. But look at that as well, a very good day for Reflection and Hex, because we know they placed high in the total points, but then also they had themselves some of the bonus prizes for most Slims in the games as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So what do you think, man? Final thoughts?
I had a blast. Thank you for all the love with me casting this week. Hope to be back in the future again. You crushed it, brother. So I know I had an absolute blast up here. Shout out to everyone on the production team. This is not an easy broadcast to produce with so many different perspectives and streams and moments going on. Try to keep track and grabbing all the best action. So shout out to everyone. Shout out to the community as well for showing a ton of love, and Epic Games for the awesome updates each week. Great to see the servers doing so well this week.
Yeah, man. Well, thanks for hanging out with us. We really appreciate you coming in and dropping that insight for us. And to all of you for watching, we appreciate you so much. Thanks for playing the game. We'll be back next week for week 4 with a different format, different participants. So we'll see you in a week. We hope you have an awesome day, awesome week, and we'll see you soon.
Nice shit, dude. He's going up, jumping on my head. Got him.
Un HP, 10 HP.
Bien joué, Roby! Abi gel buraya gel. Acil. Buradan altına. Düştü bu, beyaz olan değildi bu Emre düşen.
Beyaz olan üstünde.
Bende. Yardım. Çok iyisin be.